Well, now that we've both lost our hearing.
Jesus. Woo! That'll get you.
Welcome to Whiskey and BS episode 2.
Dose.
No whiskey. Whiskey is en route via Saucy, who could be a sponsor.
Hey.
If anybody at Saucy's listening.
Hey.
Sweet.
We'll drink for you guys.
Yeah.
Like, no problem.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
Not an issue. See? That guy knows.
Awesome. Well, Whiskey and BS is basically
Whiskey and
Scott
BS.
Seegren and I's sub-podcast to my main podcast, A Day in the Life of.
Yeah.
And it's an attempt at organizing our thoughts into some weekly, pretty much bitch and rant session. So
More or less,
Yeah,
there's a lot of things you want to talk about in daily life. Like, sometimes people piss you off when you're driving. and
Oh, let's hear it. Is that today already?
I mean,
Is that
that's...
any
Any day where you're behind the wheel is probably a safe bet. Especially in Los Angeles, where everybody drives like they might die in the next 5 minutes. So they got to get where they're going quick.
I think it's the other way around. It feels like everybody drives afraid here.
I don't know. I see everybody's just speeding and cutting people off. And oh, look, it's a green light. Fuck that. I'm gonna cut this person off. Fuck you and your right of way. Pedestrians? What are those?
Well, I was creating the file, and the last time we did one was January of this year. So for doing this weekly, we suck. It's been 4 months. But
it's been a scheduling nightmare, more or less.
We came up with this idea after I moved out of Scott's place. So
Yeah.
that was a really good move on our part. But, yeah, so without getting into the outline, what's new?
Oh, God.
Time
what's
to
new?
pimp and complain and bitch and moan and
What's new?
brag.
Well, right now, we're working really hard on pre-production for a couple of projects. One more than the other. But, yeah, that's what we've basically been doing the last few weeks. Just up till 4 or 5 a.m. every night, writing, rewriting, scheduling, changing things, talking to people, trying to nail down locations and all this other garbage that you got to do when you're making stuff. It's been a unholy nightmare, but it's,
I'll notice that on Instagram. I'll get on stories, and I'll be doing my first one of the day, and it'll coincide with your last one of the day.
Like, I'm out.
But ironically, both of ours end the same. Mine ends with like, oh, I don't want to do this, and yours ends with, I don't want to do this. But we're just different part of our day, the same outcome.
Am I going to bed? Probably not. Gotta get up and do more stuff.
Wicked awesome.
What have you been up to, Mr. Big News?
Oh, yeah, big news today. I booked a co-star role on Showtime.
Hey!
I can't say the show yet, but...
that NDA stuff.
Yeah, and I just don't want to jinx it. It's a show I've been trying to get on, I think, pretty much since it started on Showtime. So, Wow.
Oh.
Yes, God.
Hello?
I think God...
Do I have a tumor?
I think God just sent us a text. Too many things running at the same time here.
Programs on programs on programs.
It's from our delivery. Your order has been delivered.
And will be, yeah.
Oh, and Scott, you're parking. Good to know.
Hey, yeah,
Thank you.
I was parking.
But it's for a co-star role, which I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, actually. So, like, if you were to pick MacGyver, the guy playing MacGyver, he's the star.
Yeah, he's the
And
star.
everything outside of him is the co-star?
Pretty much, especially if you get to share scenes with him for an extended period of time.
So, like, Friends, those were all stars.
Yeah.
But anybody else coming in after, like, even Tom Selleck technically probably would have been a co-star.
Yeah, it would have been a co-star or a guest star.
Ah, touche. So I got a co-star, and you'll appreciate this story. I don't think I ever related to you since. And for you wannabe actors out there, not like I'm coming off on a high podium of awesomeness, but I tried something new this time.
Oh, yeah?
I went into the audition, and it was for a SWAT team DEA pretty much everything I auditioned for. But everybody was dressed pretty much like you and I are now.
Sure,
like
sure.
Little twinsies, jeans and black t-shirts.
Oh, I didn't even realize. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, we wore our uniform. That's a Whiskey and BS official uniform.
I like it.
And I went to an audition workshop about a month ago, and the person had some awesome advice. And so this time I was like, how do I stand out? So actually I went to the audition in body armor and my thigh gun holster, no gun. And when I went in there, lo and behold, everybody was dressed exactly as Scott and I are. And I'm just sitting on the couch going, should I put it on? Should I put it on? Am I going to be a dork? Don't be a dork. Leave it in the bag. Finally I just said, fuck it. Threw it on. We did the scene. In the scene, there was like a shootout. And I guarantee you nobody also did the following. Is they're like, oh, shots fired, shots fired. I took cover. In the
like
office,
a champion.
I ducked and covered and rammed into the drywall, and I honestly thought I was going to go through the drywall because I hit it with everything I had to duck and cover and deliver my lines. And they're like, "Okay, can you do that again?" I was like, "It's your drywall."
Bet your ass I can.
And I came out of there, and it's like a minute-long audition at the most, and I was pouring sweat and out of breath, and I walk around on the Sony lot with my body armor and my thigh holster. And it paid off. So
Just walking around.
Exactly. I felt good, but it was it was the first time I finally was like, what? And I actually made a conscious decision to go, what is everybody else going to do, and what can I do to make them remember me? Even if I don't get the role, they'll be like, remember that guy that wore body armor and almost went through our wall?
Yeah.
So
that's the way
it paid off.
You got to leave an impression.
Yeah. So
almost
literally left an impression. So that's my big news, and for those of you just joining us, to fill you in, Scott and I are both anything to do with filming.
Yeah,
Scott more me on both sides of the camera in this crazy city of Hollywood.
I dabble.
So yeah, that's the short of our backstory is Scott was cast. Well, long story. We get into this every time, so I won't get too much into it. But Scott and I got a role in a silly little film. And Scott was.
I was in it.
But
I got Aaron
were you
hired
cast
as
as the actor?
I was cast as an actor, and I got Aaron hired on as the cameraman.
Oh, it was the other way around. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Scott was in that. Actually, almost the weight equivalent of 2 Scotts at the time.
Whoop whoop.
Scott has lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, that's true. I have.
He was a bigger boy.
There will be pictures at some point in time. I'm sure.
And we met there, and then he cast me in for a film that we're going to someday when one of us is very well off and rich. We're going to fully fund and film.
Oh, I've been rewriting that.
Oh, it's called Fix.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, I moved here, and shenanigans ensued, and I moved in with he and somebody else, and that's where we are now. So.
Yep. We're caught up. We're up to speed.
Yeah, that's where we are now. So.
Both working our way through Los Angeles and Hollywood, trying to be all weekend.
Yeah. Well, okay. Tell us about. I was just looking at our little notes. Do you want to talk about up in smoke?
Oh, high score.
Can we? High score.
High score.
Up in smoke. Where did I even get that?
Cheech and Chong.
Oh yeah.
Same thing. It's a stoner movie.
Yeah. There we go.
The projects we're in pre-production on right now is one of them's called The Producer, which is my buddy Austin Bosley's movie.
Yes, relation.
Yes, relation. And it's like a cool thriller sort of horror movie, but it's mostly like thriller, and the characters are really cool. It's going to be a lot of fun. We kind of shot most of the movie last year, and now we're kind of reshooting a lot of it, but it's for the best because we created a much cooler way to tell the story that we shot, so it's going to be awesome. And then the other one is this other thing that came from an Austin Bosley's skull last November.
Sounds gross.
He texted me at 5 o'clock in the morning with this idea, and he said, hey, I don't smoke or whatever, but why the fuck isn't there a video game stoner heist movie called High Score?
And you're like, you had me at Stoner Heist.
I mean, yeah. So I was like, you're right. Why isn't there one? So we wrote one, and now we're going to try to shoot it right after this other project we're about to shoot. Like psychopaths, basically.
Yeah.
You know? Who wants to shoot 2 feature films back to back?
This guy.
These guys.
Well.
But that's going to be fun. Jeff's got a part in it as a... mean, skull-busting machine.
Ruski.
A Ruski named Reznov.
Is that really the name?
Reznov. That's his name.
God, I'm so tired and hungry.
He hangs out with Yuri and Vladimir and Karl.
Who play those guys?
A couple of guys that you haven't met yet.
Oh, really?
But I think would get along with.
Oh, well, jolly.
And then you have to answer to a little young 24-year-old Russian girl named Inga who runs the little Russian outfit that he's a part of, and he is not thrilled about it.
Now, do I know who this is?
This is our friend Nina.
This
She's
is
the lead and the
ridiculous.
producer, which is why it's really funny.
This is ridiculous.
These movies will actually be a really great like double feature one day. It's pretty ridiculous.
Well, shit. We Whiskey and BS right now is currently just NBS.
Yeah,
As we are
NBS.
waiting for our part 1 of that title to show up at our front door.
But it's going to show up, and we're going to be really stoked about it.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to stay organized, but there's really not much.
Oh,
Day in the life of Hollywood.
Day in the life. Yeah, I mean, you kind of gave just your audition
Yeah.
there. That's
Yeah.
pretty day in the life, and you
Yeah,
booked
but-
it, son.
However, that's not typical. I
That
guess
is
we could
not
probably
typical.
paint a typical day in the life of. We both kind of live similar yet different lives.
Oh man.
If you ever want to move to Hollywood, basically plan on, depending on where you live, driving half of your day, no matter what you do, and then the other half of the day rushing
If
everywhere
you
you
want to
go.
live here and make it seriously in this profession, you gotta make sacrifices. You know, like for example, you're probably gonna be broke 95% of the time. You will have to cancel dates because you're broke, but you'll make something else up instead.
Yes.
Or you just won't make the dates at all. And then people are like, "You're an asshole."
Well, yeah.
I'm not an asshole. I'm just poor. You know, so there's that. You spend a lot of time in traffic, whether you're in a lift or actually driving, or on a train, or on a bus, or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
And it's hot, and people are like, "Oh yeah, the weather is great. It's all hot all the time." I'm like, "Yeah, you know what? There's a statute of limitations on that for me." At a certain point, I'm like, "I don't care how nice the weather is. I am sweaty,
Yes.
and I hate it.
And it started today. I
I
noticed.
just came outside, man.
I noticed it started today.
I just wanted to enjoy a nice leisurely walk in the breeze,
The heat's here.
and now it's already here."
Yeah, it's 86 degrees already. It was at 4 o'clock. It was 86, which for those of you not here, I don't know. I'm a little whiny bitch when it comes to heat. I hate it.
I don't like
I hate heat so
I've
much.
never liked it. I've
And
lived
being
here
the
my whole life.
geniuses we are,
Yeah.
we walk around in the black shirts.
I mean, you know, we're not going to shy away from awesomeness. That's just because it's hot outside. Like,
So yeah, I was actually thinking about that today to paint a picture. Where I live, it can be upwards of 55 minutes or longer to get where I go to, ironically, where I used to live near when I
Yeah.
lived at Scott's place. And so, well, here's a perspective: is the audition I got, or the job I got at Showtime. I had an hour change to get to class. It was a
Woof.
class of the day, and then the studio is actually near where I live here at Sony. But I left my truck parked up at there.
oh no.
Hour lifted to the Sony studio
Ew.
for a 30-second audition. An hour lift back to school. Finished half the day of school, and then now it's about 6 p.m. An
Yep.
hour and a half back here in lift. So it was 4 or 5. I'm bad at math. A lot of time on the road for very little out. Well, now worthy outcome.
Nah,
but at the
yeah,
time,
it-
it was for 30 seconds of auditioning. So, and that's sadly that's the norm.
That's the norm. Yeah, that's the day in the life
Yeah.
of like.
And
I spent all day getting to this and then getting away from it, and I don't know if I'm gonna get the
it
job.
wasn't even worth it. Yeah, I did. It's tax season, and I did the whole in.
Somebody's calling during our Facebook Live
I don't
video.
know how to answer this.
This is gonna be wild. Look at this meta shit. Jeff gets up. He's gonna go try to answer the phone. Oh, it's going so slow. I think it interrupted itself.
This is Jeff.
This might be our alcohol.
Yes, are you at the apartment?
Yeah, I'm at your door.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you knock. I'll be right out.
Okay.
Womp womp.
Well, there you go. The alcohol has arrived.
The liquid entertainment.
The alcohol has arrived.
Stand by. On ice or?
You know me. I don't take ice. I don't take ice in my drink. No, I'm just waxing philosophical. It's just me and the recording devices and whoever you guys are watching right now from home. viewing Facebook, viewing Jeff and his live stream.
Keep entertaining yourself.
Oh, I am. I'm always entertained most of the time. But yeah, we're just having a good time now. Oh, look at this. More messages from the thread of homies. That's a good point. That's a good point. All right, let's see. What's going on, party people? Oh, God. Ugh. Click for more. Well, not as many questions. If anybody's got questions, throw them at us, man. We're ready. Jeff's just pouring drinks right now. Here it comes. Here comes the whiskey. Mike wants to know what is up, Jeff.
Mike is one of my closest friends from childhood. We lived on Clearwater Street in Pocatello, Idaho. Like, he is the guy, Little Jeff. Am I on radio here? All right, he is the guy, Little Jeff. He played pretend Rambo and all the crap up in the fields above my parents' house. One of the running stories is I peed in his backyard a lot, if I remember right, because I didn't want to go home to pee because I had an issue. One of my things, this should be a character thing you'd put into a film. I didn't like going to the bathroom at other people's houses, so no matter where we were, we'd be playing at Mike's house, and I'd run across the street to use my toilet. And one time, I recorded my father many times. I didn't want to take the time to go back home, so I was just in his backyard. And many a time his mom would catch us. And then a lot of other times, I guess I jumped off his roof a lot.
Hey, there you go.
You might have to confirm that, Mike. So it's no surprise I am who I am and have done what I've done and want to do what I want to do.
Hot diggity damn. It's always nice when you got those long-term connections there.
Well, and if it weren't, the cool thing is technology allows it to be so. All right, now it's officially Whiskey and BS.
Whiskey
Scott
and BS.
Jeff. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, all. I can't do this after this night, though. Jeff also does fitness shit and can't drink a lot.
Jeff.
Oh, I really like Maker's Mark. All right, so that's that.
That is that.
So anybody watching, I know that there's like a whopping 6 of you. What's going on?
Oh no!
It's the universe within the universe within the universe.
Yeah, we got to do the Snapchat thing while we're.
Oh, hey. Well, hell, we'll just break right into it since a lot of people are on here. Or not a lot, I should say. It's funny doing these with Pauline. You know that number where it says 6?
Yeah, it's like 50 million.
Yeah, so it's kind of shrivels up our metaphorical podcast wieners.
Yes.
Oh well, but actually, I know. I'm going to butcher your name, Keo. Since we're doing this in the podcast, this is going to sound a little odd, but I got to read her question. Totally off topic. Before you felt results of PRP injections, thanks. However, I'm again apologize for butchering your name, Keo. What did you say, Keo?
KO? I think KO.
KO like a knockout.
hope.
The letter K, the letter O.
Yeah, I think it's KO.
To answer that question, I actually have not had PRP injections. They are, for those of you who don't know, it's called platelet KO. Keo. Thank you, Keo.
Sorry, dude.
So basically, sound it out.
Yeah, sorry.
Like we were taught in grade school. Keo, I have PRP, for those of you who don't know, platelet-rich plasma. Basically, they take your blood out, spin it in a centrifuge, separate the contents, and then they re-inject just the plasma part. And it's kind of really good for stuff that are injured. But I have not had them because it is ridiculously expensive. Well, that's relative. For my uncle and for various members of my family, it would be very affordable. For me, not so much. I have to budget. Scott and I, and this isn't a guilt trip to Scott, anybody here, we probably both had to budget for this bottle of whiskey.
That is not wrong.
Okay, now can I take Lyft tomorrow or do I drive? And the follow-on was, can I drive and do I have enough fuel to drive? Welcome to Hollywood. So I've not had them, but admittedly I did have them with my Bosley hair transplant. That's the new thing now, is they now inject your dome with your own plasma.
That's fucking
It helps
weird.
stimulate. It's like one step away from stem cell therapy.
That's crazy.
So like Pauline gets it a lot, and she says it's almost like the way she explains it is it's almost like it sounds like an as seen on TV infomercial.
What?
Like everybody that's had it, it's like it's changed their injury or their world. So.
That's nuts.
But it comes with a price. And on a more personal note, will you be the Tequila Fest photo for it? Keo, I have no idea. That's news to me. I'll have to talk to the owner and president. I'll get back to you on that. And anybody that's watching this, all whopping 8 of you, chime in and let us know what show Scott and I should watch.
Yeah.
I'm very curious. I think
down
that
with
would be
that.
fun. So, yeah.
Oh, apparently X-Files is back?
What?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Wait, no, I know they did those 4 episodes.
No. Like, they just announced it. X-Files is back. Like, it's coming back on the air. Brand new season.
Same, David Duchovny and everybody?
David Duchovny, Gillian Jacobs on Fox.
Gillian Anderson.
Gillian Anderson.
Get it
Why
right.
did I say Gillian Jacobs?
I don't even know who
Gillian
that
Jacobs
is.
is from Community. And from Love. She's really good, actually, now that I think about it.
I don't. X-Files is returning. I can't decide if I'm okay with that.
I don't know how to feel about it.
Wow, CNN is even covering the story.
Yeah, apparently it's a big deal.
I don't know if I could. I don't know. I mean, if they do the Monster of the Week thing, I mean, that's it. It's not really a screwed up continuity issue.
No, it wouldn't be. I mean, I think they're just going to pick it up wherever they left off.
I mean, and in all defense of the show, I still never. The truth is out there, but I still have yet to find. Like they never answered any questions.
What is the truth? What is the truth?
Yeah, those two. Was it 4 or shows or something like last year, where they just did a little.
Oh yeah,
like,
I think it was like a
little
mini
tease.
series, right? It was about
Yeah.
4.
I mean, I
between
watched
4
it
and
like
6.
a sucker in a heartbeat,
I
but
don't remember how many there were.
I liked it.
No.
Bell bottoms are
What?
and bell bottoms are back in. What is going on? X-Files is coming back. Bell bottoms are coming in. This is Stranger Things. Amazing. Everything's.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
Everything's coming back.
I can't wait. When is Stranger Things new season coming out?
Halloween.
Oh, you've told me that about 20 times.
It's gonna be cool. I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, so okay. Speaking of, this is a kind of related. So David Duchovny's in a TV show called Californication.
Yep. Hank Moody.
Californication. Yeah, Hank Moody is the character. I auditioned for. I'll tell you off air. A major. Give me a pen or some sort of writing
Sure.
implement there. A major person's music video. It was a direct to producer music video.
Oh damn!
And the character was a Hank Moody like character. That's what I was described. I was like, and I actually pretty much looked like you. I watched Californication religiously, and I just don't look like him. But I walked in, I had matted hair, and I looked like I'd been a little drunk.
Yeah, you took your nap right before. You were just
Exactly.
like, whenever I walk out of the house,
I
that's what I'm gonna
put
do.
pomade in my hair, so when I woke up, it was that way. And in the spirit of the whole body armor audition, I was like, go for broke. So I
Go
went
for
in. I didn't
broke.
act drunk, but I acted just a little bit, don't want to be here.
Yeah.
And the audition was, since it's for a music video, I'm guessing, they didn't tell us this, but they wanted us to know a song, and I can't say it on here, but I know him, but I don't have his music, that dude's music, but I knew the song enough, but I Googled it real quick, and I was listening to it in the waiting room, and like, now mouth it, and I just memorized like the opening, what do they call it, not stanza, not chorus.
Bar?
First 4 lines. Or
Verse?
Verse. Yeah, first verse.
Chorus?
And of course, in the audition, she plays it. She goes, okay, now just mouth it. And in the assistant told me to mouth the song.
Right.
The director's directing me on how to act, and she picks like the middle of the song. I don't know the words at all, so I'm just humming. And then she goes, okay, now I'm gonna sit in this chair. And then in stupid audition world, typically if they don't mess with you, they give you a fake steering, or they give you a steering wheel on a podium, basically like these mic stands with a steering wheel, and then you sit in a chair. She sits in the chair, and the director goes, okay, now here's what we're gonna do. And I lean back on a chair, thinking the back of the chair is something you should be able to lean on. Shatters, like breaks. It's not like it's a solid piece of wood chair.
Oh my
Thing
god!
breaks in half. I up and feet in the air. Like
Amazing.
sitcom comedy, like hijinks fall. I kind of crawl back up. I'm like, hey, So if I get that one, I know the recipe for booking.
Doing something weird.
Go for shit, man. Just go all out, because I did, however, for anybody listening that is in the movie world, I learned, the thing I did learn about is like I think I passed this on to you last time, is think about what time of day the auditions are at.
Yeah.
And if it's the second half of the day, they're bored numb about seeing the same performance all day long.
They want to see something different.
And I gave them something different.
Yeah.
Broke the chair in half, so.
No, I mean, you're not wrong. You're definitely right about
Yeah,
that.
and you've casted enough things, it's mind-numbing.
Yeah, it can be. It can be, especially if the people literally, because a lot of the time, people will do the same shit.
Yeah, well, and sometimes, and here's what this casting director said, is that some characters or some scripts or whatever, they inherently, you can't really do it much different.
I disagree with that.
Well, without much justification. It's like the character in the TV show I got that you and I are talking about. There's not a lot to do different for that.
I suppose.
Like roles The Rock go out for.
Okay,
There's
yeah.
one reading, and the only variety is the fact it's a different actor.
There's like the action star reading, but you could go for like the funny man reading version of it too.
Yeah, so you got to find a little wiggle, but within the realm of believability, not just going,
Yeah.
I'm going to play this flaming clown gay.
That's fair.
You know, it's got to have some connection. So
Like, why are you doing this? Just for funsies?
Yeah. So, but you know, so you want to try to find the most extreme believable thing, because these people, like you've been on the other side of the casting table, they're bored and numb, seeing everybody thinks they're doing it different when they really aren't. Sadly.
Yeah, and then like the most frustrating part is when you tell them, like, give people notes, which, you know, a lot of times casting directors don't do that, but I always do. I'm like, hey, that was good. Try this. Maybe do this.
And they do it exactly
and
the
they
same.
do the exact same, and I'm like, all right,
you're
well,
stuck.
you
And then
clearly weren't listening.
And here's where this casting director really hit me, and I never really thought of this. And it's what sucks also for the little insight into the life of this city is a lot of times you don't have a lot of time, or you might have a lot of time, but everybody thinks you have a lot of time, and so everybody the same day says this is due tomorrow.
Yep.
So you just lost all your time in one foul swoop of emails. But what they'll do, what she told us to do, is have 2 readings. So if it's the second half of the day, do the one they probably haven't seen, which is probably not accurate. And then so when you do the hijinks one, they'll go, okay, oh, thanks, you brought our attention, we're not bored today. Now, we need you to do it the way we've seen other people. And then it also shows you're directable. And if you have 2 already prepared, you won't slip into muscle memory and just do the exact same performance again when they give you notes. And I was like, this is genius.
You can have, like, if anything, you could have the stock performance of that scene.
Stock, that's a good way to put it. Yeah. And she said, she had a good point. Obviously, this is a highly subjective business. But she said, you know, if it's one of the earlier, if not the first auditions of the day, do the stock one, the one odds are they want. And because you've set the standard. Whereas if they've seen that stock one from 8 a.m. to noon, they had a lunch, and then they're back and tired, do the opposite of the stock one, because it'll give them a little bit of pep to their life.
Yeah.
And my audition for the Showtime one was at 1 p.m. So right after lunch, they're tired and pissed. So
Got to get wild with it.
That's,
It's the only way you're going to stand out.
So I didn't break the chair on purpose, but if I get that one, I've cracked the code, because that was ridiculous.
Right?
And that's that. We need to get more numbers. I need to advertise this on Pauline's page next time.
Oh, I love Jeff's voice too. It's so good.
It is kind of.
Gets you going.
Anyway, I got enamored with what you were saying.
I'll just talk about Jeff for the next few minutes. Get real close. Slow and quiet.
Welcome to the night. What is it, like the jazz?
Welcome to Night Sounds. We're going to give you some.
What do you sound like, Ron? That's exactly. Parts and Rec is amazing. That's what they need to bring back.
Oh, man.
Did you see he just got Star?
No.
Mr. Chris, my future nemesis Pratt.
Oh, Chris Pratt. I did not.
Right on the opening of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Well, how about that?
How
You're
are
a
you
star on
with-
the Walk of Fame? Oh, my God.
How are you with those shows? Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, I'm with you.
I liked. Here's the thing. I liked Guardians of the Galaxy overall. I thought it was a fun movie, and that's all it needed to be was a fun movie. And if they weren't trying so hard to tie it into the rest of the Marvel universe, I'd be like, yeah, it was good. It was fine.
Oh.
But they're trying really hard to work it into the damn Marvel universe, and it's like, guys, you can't just leave one of these alone, for the love of God. Like, the characters are fun. The stories that they're participating in are fun on their own. But whatever, they're going to do it anyway, so why bitch about it?
I honestly haven't seen the first one, so.
Oh, it's fun. It's worth watching. It's a fun
I'll watch
movie.
the second one. I mean, Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
unconfirmed that Stallone's in it somehow.
Yeah, see, and that's another thing. It's not big news that Stallone is in it, which is either really good or really bad. So it's.
Hey, you don't talk about my God that way.
Hey, I'm just saying, like.
I respect your religion.
It could be a bait and switch because the whole thing is like Kurt Russell's supposed to play Star-Lord's dad.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, but what if it's a bait and switch and he's actually the bad guy and Star-Lord's dad is Stallone? That could be cool.
That almost shut me down.
Because honestly, that would be way worth watching. And not that I have anything against Kurt Russell, because I really like Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do the Star-Lord dad story, why the hell are you going to tell us who it is before the movie? Why are you going to show him in the damn trailer? That's just stupid. That's the kind of shit that movies do all the time. It's like, hey, you want to know something that you're going to find out in the movie? Big reveal in the trailer, guys.
Oh.
Stupid.
But it'll clean. Well, I think Fast.
Brian, I appreciate your opinion, but
We're
you're
going
wrong.
to talk about. Okay, we'll just jump into
I
that.
appreciate your opinion, but you're wrong.
Mr. Brian, for those of you on the podcast listening, the gentleman wrote the Wolverine movie Logan was not great either.
I would love to hear your argument why it was not great, because if you have a good argument, I might listen to it. But just saying that it's not great is not enough. You better provide some examples.
Scott is feisty. Yeah, that was actually on our notes to talk about. It's way delayed, so we're not going to do any spoiler alert bullcrap. I think Logan happened to be a comic book superhero movie. That's not the point. It was an astounding freaking thriller drama.
It was a Western, and it was awesome.
Yeah, that's a good way. It is a Western. It's a modern day Western. For those of you who haven't seen it, or for people that are want to see it, but their significant other don't want to see it because it's a comic book movie, this is the one you have an excuse to go see with people that do not like comic book movies, because this is not a comic book movie.
I got an argument about this movie last weekend
With
because somebody tried to say, and I won't say who this person was.
Do I know
it doesn't
this person?
matter. No, you don't know this person. It doesn't matter. It's just a friend.
Why do you got to keep traveling in circles of people I don't know?
you know.
I need names and faces.
But somebody tried to tell me that Pitch Perfect 2 was a better movie than Logan.
Now I want to meet this person so I can rip their soul out through their eyeballs.
Which, yeah, frankly, is just a terrible statement to make. Like
them's fighting words.
that's just wrong. It's just wrong.
Oh,
Just
what was the argument?
My God, they just thought that Logan was stupid, and I'm like, if that's the only thing you have to contribute to the conversation, that's not an opinion. I think Logan's stupid. Why was it stupid?
Oh my God!
You can't just say this is bad. Why is it bad? Explain yourself. Because frankly, you're not like a person of note as far as movie opinions go. I don't know what your background is. I can't trust your opinion.
Well,
on
look,
a movie.
I'm highly biased. I think Hugh Jackman and Wolverine can do no wrong, so I know I'm biased.
Oh,
However,
no, and you know what? I'll be the first one to say, there are several really terrible Wolverine movies. Really bad pieces of shit Wolverine movies. Logan, by far the best. And if you think it's a bad movie, go rewatch it and get your head out of your ass. That's how I feel about it.
And that's all she wrote. No, I was at a loss because again I have a very huge heterosexual man crush on Mr. Jackman, but the dude brought every ounce of drama acting chops to this character, to the point where I think objectively anybody that's watching it or considering watching it, you forget he's a comic book character. I mean, it is this weird father-daughter Western love, protect daughter at all costs story.
Oh yeah, it's a good movie. It's a good movie.
I won't lie, I teared up a little bit at the end. So
I heard somebody try to be like, oh well, you know, it doesn't stick very very close to the comic book where it's based off of. I'm like, why? Because there's a shitload of mutants that don't appear in it. Yeah, well, if you want to get all pissy about it, they explained how all the mutants are dead. So, and if you want to get real pissy about it, Charles probably killed them with his brain tumor thing. They're Alzheimer's. So, you know, get the fuck over it. The movie is about Logan. It's not about everybody else.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, Yvette, sorry that you need to see it. We still haven't actually technically spoiled anything.
We haven't spoiled shit.
But it is a ridiculously good movie. It's cool to see I hope that's what they end on. I hope they don't do a lot of gimmicky Jackman in Deadpool, Jackman in this, Jackman in that. Thanks, Brian. Scott, although he does passionately vocalize his point, definitely is open to always conversation. He's not one of those punk basement dwellers that just sticks to his guns and doesn't want to debate.
Oh yeah, I will get in discussion all day long. I'm not over here to tell you that you're like stupid for your opinion or think your opinion is like garbage. Even if that's how I feel, I want to hear your argument.
Totally.
I would rather discuss instead of just being like, no, I know better than you, you're wrong, so therefore you're stupid.
All right, now I'm passionate. Deadpool, though. Yes, Yvette, Deadpool, awesome. Deadpool set the standard on rated R comic book movies. And
Which, thank you, Deadpool. Because
which,
otherwise...
Logan, we should actually go back and watch it with some sort of hash mark. I'm sure somebody's already done it, but I want to do it myself.
Tally mark for how many
the amount of
people
times he just
skull bang somebody with his claws.
His claws. He does relentless. And the girl,
Yep.
Same.
You think you'll get tired of it, but you just don't.
I don't care who you are. So yeah, Deadpool created that. I don't think any other X-Men or Wolverine movies were R-rated.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think
I
so.
think
they're all PG.
Blade was the first one.
Yeah, which
Everybody
a lot of people
forgets about
forget that
Blade.
it's a comic book movie.
Everybody.
But I'm saying as
forgets.
far as Wolverine specific, none of them they're all PG-13.
Nah, they were all PG-13.
So yeah, Deadpool set the standard, which any kid, I don't have kids, but you pick up a comic book, those things are R-rated.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whether it's sexuality or violence or both, they're R-rated. So I get the studios making PG-13. It allows a larger audience, the kids that are buying comic books, to attend or see the movies. But the true fans they got what they wanted out of Deadpool. Deadpool is mostly language with some fun violence.
Yeah.
Logan, violent violence.
That's true.
It wasn't fun for the whole family. It was a lot of claws through
I was
skulls.
really excited because honestly, like, they almost overplayed their hand and outdid themselves when they did X-Men 2 because he was the best. Like,
Yeah.
Wolverine was the shit in X-Men 2.
I think Wolverine created the franchise.
Yeah, it's kind of like he just was thrashing
Yeah.
people all over the place, and he was
Who was
badass.
it? Bryan Singer?
Yeah.
To his credit, it's funny though because, again, I mean I would punch babies to be in any X-Men movie.
I mean,
but go back right now, unless you're a super movie nerd, any X-Men movie, you're gonna take a hot minute outside of Patrick Stewart to go, wait, who is in that?
right.
You're gonna go Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman. Well, no, I mean, I know all the actors, so I guess that's...
But I mean, right off the bat, like the first, I think honestly, and he was kind of an unknown in one.
At the time, he was, for
Yeah,
sure, and he
so-
blew the hell up.
So if it weren't for him, I really think he's one. Again, I'm kind of kissing his butt like he'll ever hear this, but I think he really was one of the inception of the comic book movies.
What I like about it from, like, the acting standpoint is just, like, he kind of does owe a bit of his career to X-Men, and then he, like, is very aware of it and proud of it.
Yeah,
to
and he
that
comes
point.
back.
Like,
What was it, 17 years?
Yeah, man, he's like long time running. He's did it so many times.
Yeah.
And he loved
gonna
letter
just-
to his characters. He on his way out, kind of thing. He retired from it, but he's never once been like, oh, fuck those movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Like some actors do. They're like, oh well, I know it started me, but it's terrible. Fuck that.
Yeah.
People are shitty like that though. Like some actors are just weird like that. I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Well, I think that's the thing is he knew, and I mean, again, from the production standpoint, they got to do stuff to put butts in the seats. But gimmick or not, having him finish the last movie, it was just ridiculous. It was for the fans. It wasn't a gimmick to make another movie and fill the seats. However, if they do one after we think they're done again, which I don't think Jackman doesn't seem like that kind of gimmick guy, I'll be sad then.
Yeah.
To me, honestly, and then ironically bringing up Fast and Furious again, in a respectful way, the franchise started with Paul Walker, and I should have ended on that one, and then brought it back. It's just like now it's almost like turning into ironic, but however, I think I saw somewhere online or it was on K-Rock, I think it crushed every opening box office weekend ever of all time in the world of history of movies. Star Wars, Titanic. What other big openers were there? Any movie. I think it crushed them. So I get, it's an automatic formula for success.
It's really hard.
But like,
for
it's
me.
like Paul Walker. Just end on that. That was the most amazing. Is that the one you and I went to?
Yeah, that's
The
what I
last
went
Paul
to.
Walker.
Yeah.
And again, they're jumping cars across buildings. It's getting a little far-fetched.
It's an action movie. It's completely ridiculous, and especially for the franchise that they set up. Coming from the first movie, if you think about the first Fast and the Furious movie, and then you think
It
about
was
the
all
last
practical.
one, you're
Everything
like,
that happened in the first one, you're like, I can see that. The
Yeah,
only
yeah.
stunt, I mean, it was all stunts, but the only, like, Dukes of Hazzard stunt was at the
Right.
very end. They got a little air jumping over train tracks.
But it was realistic.
Yeah, well, it was realistic because they did it literally.
And then it becomes this whole like now they're like gods now. They're like greater than men, and they can I can drive my car through this building into another building because fuck it, life's a video game. Nobody gives a shit.
What was it? If you did the math at the end of was it Fast 7 technically?
Yeah.
Fate of the Furious is the one that just came out. Fast 7 was the one prior to that. Where if you hit a stopwatch on the downtown LA destruction,
Yeah.
it took 20 minutes for any sort of emergency responder to show up after parking garages were collapsed.
Yep.
The Rock is walking down the street with a
fucking minigun and shit. Like, come on.
Nobody shows up.
My ass. There'd been police like crazy, SWAT teams, the news choppers be on that shit.
If I shot up an animal in
People
my
be out there with their phones like, oh, did you see this shit? Oh my god. Oh, they're out here shooting miniguns and shit. Like, come on. Where's that movie?
But here's the ironic flip side of this, Kate. You've met the guy we did the Punisher shoot at.
Yeah.
So if you see Fast 8, anything to do with which I know you're not kicking down the door to go. You know I will. But Scott has taste. I have distraction. But anything you see where they are, it's basically. I want to go to like the studio who produces Fast and Furious.
Is it Universal still?
Yeah, it's Universal.
I think it is still Universal.
So I want to be at the boardroom meeting where at Universal they're like, okay, hear me out. Iceland, Frozen Lake, Mitsubishi Eclipse, and a tank and a submarine. They're like, sold.
Let's do it. This is going to be the most highest grossing movie we've ever made. Why didn't you tell us about the submarine last year?
Exactly.
We could have put that shit in there.
And sure as shit, it is. But
Paul wouldn't have argued.
The gentleman
too soon.
all the stuff in Iceland and all that stuff he was in. Like he piloted a lot of the APC's armored personnel carriers across the ice, and I got to see a lot of stuff. He just barely started releasing pictures because of massive non-disclosures, and I mean obviously it's a kick in the ass. I mean a lot of those stunts. Spiro Rosatos is the stunt coordinator, second unit director of I think almost all of this Fast and Furious franchise. A lot of the Captain American. Captain Native American.
We got all the Americans. Bring them in.
But yeah, that
Coming in
guy,
hot.
a lot of those effects, because I got to see it, not in a name-dropping way, when they were shooting the one unit. I went to Fast 7 in Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
The practical, they do, to their credit, they do a lot of the stuff practical and fill in with the CGI. I think they have that sweet spot. It's absurd. But the stuff they do practically, I literally watch them, if anybody's seen Fast 7 or hasn't, just basically know they destroy billions of dollars worth of cars. And I just saw them launching these Mercedes SUVs off the side of a mountain in Colorado. And it was like, yep. And I'm just like watching, that tire is worth more than my car.
It's insane.
And so they did everything practically. The stuff they do, I mean, they would do something where there'd be the road driving down, and in the cars in the movie were dropped from like a huge C-130 plane, and there was actually a crane with a practical car on straps trailing the car, and they cut the cords, and the car would bounce down the road. And some poor stuntman was like, please God, let this happen. So
Don't let me die.
To their credit, the thing's wrecked, but it's amazing that it's gone from, like you said, Fast and Furious 1. I mean, you and I could have made that movie with the budget. The stunts were ungodly, but they were practical. But it's
I love practical effects.
However, it's gotten a little insane. I was going somewhere with all of that. Logan, Deadpool. Oh! Cable has been cast.
Oh, right.
Deadpool.
Josh Brolin is Cable. Oh, yeah. You know what, Brian? You are right. He was a well-rounded actor. If you've ever seen The Prestige, that's one of his best pieces of work.
Well,
he's so good in that.
I argue, and I use him anytime anybody asks, like, I don't know about you, but anytime you meet somebody, you have to do some sort of, like, icebreaker thing, introduction thing, especially in, like, acting schools. He's the thing I strive to be. I don't want to tap dance on Broadway, but the fact he can tap dance on Broadway,
that's impressive. I can't do that.
And be Wolverine the next week.
That's what I'm saying.
Props to Jackman.
Dude's got skills.
Yeah, to answer that, Brian, yes, agreed. But yeah, Josh, okay, this will
I am also tired of the Fast movies, Brian. I am also tired of them.
That is where your guys' alliance begins. My thing...
Yvette, you've never seen a Fast and Furious movie? You
ain't
missing much.
Watch the first one. It's fun for pop culture, just as a reference point for where the franchise started.
Fast one's pretty cool.
But it does get a little if it's not your cup of tea, Fast 1 is swallowable.
Yeah.
But if dumb, big action hero, dumb guy movies are not your thing, 2 through 8 will not be your cup of tea.
Yeah, absolutely. You can skip Fast 2. You can probably... I mean, there's some cool shit in Fast 3, but it's not a good movie.
Yeah.
In my opinion. That's just my opinion. You go out and make your own opinion. I can't honestly tell you about Fast 4 or 5. I didn't see
I
them.
can't remember. I haven't
didn't
seen
see
Tokyo Drift. I've not seen.
I saw 6,
Yeah.
and then I saw 7.
Yeah,
I didn't see 4 or 5.
However, I was probably one of the first people in line when I was like, wait, The Rock and Jason Statham fight, or no, The Rock and Vin Diesel fight, and The Rock and Jason Statham fight. Take my money, because I am a big dumb action hero when it comes to it.
I don't know a lot about them, but a friend of mine who watches them. Yeah, I mean, there you go. Exactly. Police Academy sequels. God
Friend
damn.
of yours who watches them. Continue.
A friend of mine who watches them is like, he thinks it's really dumb because I guess they made in Fast 6, they kill off a character from Fast 3. The timeline on these movies is ridiculous, by the way.
Yeah, the timeline is Matrix and
It's like
X-Men
they wrap
worthy.
around. And it's like, oh wait, you think it's Fast 6? It actually happens at the same time as Fast 3. It's a whole mess. But apparently, like Jason Statham is responsible for killing one of the main characters in Fast 3, and you find that and you're like, oh, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, you need
but then
a,
it turns
you need a
out
spider graph
that
to keep
apparently
track.
in this movie it's like, oh well, no, actually now he's like working together with everybody and they have to just be like friends.
Yeah,
Which is what the hell, guys? Come on, like pick a thing and stick to it for the love of God.
Well, I was going
Now
off
Dom's
on
the bad guy.
Yeah.
Oh, Vin Diesel's the bad guy now. Like, come on, guys, get in
So
your
what do you
gimmick.
think? This is random. This is definitely going into if you follow it too much, and I'm proud if you haven't. To be honest with you, have you seen a lot of the publicity between The Rock and Vin Diesel?
I have not.
The Rock is calling him a candy ass and all these things.
Oh, making fun
how
of
he's a
him?
princess on set.
I've heard about that.
However, it also rides, and this is an observation from Ralph Garman of K-Rock and Hollywood Babylon fame. An observation he made that it also rides on the coattails of when it opened like a week ago, and WrestleMania 100 billion.
Yeah.
Which The Rock might have an opening, and Vin Diesel and he might fight in WrestleMania.
Interesting.
And it's not unheard of because Arnold Schwarzenegger wrestled in a WrestleMania for the opening of End of Days. So it could be a
I'll be
crazy
damned.
cross promotional stunt.
I guess that could be a thing.
But yeah,
I
so
guess
that's
that could be a thing.
However, I want to go back to cable and.
Shit. There goes the.
No, we're good. No, we're not. Hello.
I can't.
There.
Now I can
There we
hear.
go.
Now I can hear. That was fun.
This is a jury rigged.
There's a lot of things in a lot of places around here.
Yeah, I got rubber bands holding my headphone mics.
I mean, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. You never know. Like.
Did you know there's a difference between an 1/8" jack and a something millimeter jack?
Oh yeah, I know. I know all about
Okay,
that
so if this is loose in here,
shit. Yeah, if it's loose, it's gonna be a little wonky. It's
again,
never a good thing when it's loose. You want it to be a nice tight fit, generally speaking.
welcome back to Dark Talk with Scott Seagren.
I wouldn't call it dark
I
talk.
like how you grab your
Just grabbing
your
the mic. I'm gonna get up nice and close. This is real intimate now. We're getting all up in there.
I can't take it.
You're close to my mouth.
No, it's the left hand. What are you
I
doing?
got my left hand on the mic like it's part of me. This is my woman now.
The Makers makes this funnier, but I'm pretty sure I was laughing at it no matter what. That's what I
You
like
just
about
gotta hold it close. You know, you gotta feel secure in your mic.
what
If you
I
can't see what I'm doing, here's my hand. I'm just gently taking hold of my microphone,
He's grabbing it by
leaning
the
close,
end, keeping the head of the
talking all
mic near his
sensual.
mouth.
You gotta keep the head near the lips. You know what I'm saying? Keep it
For the
close.
5 listeners up for this. Oh, now we got 6, so you're one.
Hey.
Oh, nope, still 5.
Sex sells.
God, where was I even going with any of this? Cable, Deadpool. This will be Nerd Talk. Nerd Talk 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we got Hugh Jackman, who plays a character in comic book movies who is typically, what, like 5'2"? The Wolverine,
Yeah,
Wolverine
he's-
in comics is supposed to be the short, stocky,
He's
angry
supposed to be
man.
a short guy, generally.
Josh Brolin height. However, Hugh Jackman broke the rules and got cast. He's nearly, I think he's 6'4"-ish, maybe a little bit taller.
Yeah, I think he's at least 6'2". At least 6'2".
So, well, hey, you know what? We got this walking internet in front of our face.
We got the.
So whoever can get to it first. I can't reach my keyboard. So anyway, tall, skinny, or tall, lanky, muscular, sinewy, Hugh Jackman plays a character that's supposed to be short, stocky, and angry kind of character. So he breaks the rules, and I swallow it and believe it.
Sure.
However, And actually, this is, again, not a name drop thing. I've met and interacted with Josh Brolin for like 5 seconds at the gym.
Sure.
He's trained actually by some of my old trainer I've had train me. Great guy.
Yeah.
Astounding actor. I will never... what was the movie he just came out with George Clooney?
Hail Caesar?
Yeah. I thought it was astounding that he was funny as hell.
Josh Brolin's a good actor.
Yeah.
He's good
Sicario,
in most of the
did
things
you see
he's
Sicario?
in. You know, honestly, I haven't seen Sicario
I dug
yet.
that because it was a little bit more on my realm of action-y.
For no other reason than I just haven't seen it.
Yeah, it
I
was
just
it was
haven't.
really good too.
I want to see it really bad because I love
And-
Emily Blunt and Benicio del Toro.
Oh yeah, and Benicio del Toro is awesome in it. I mean, he's very Benicio del Toro-ish.
Yeah.
It's not. He's becoming himself in every movie.
It's great.
But it. If
Josh
okay.
Brolin.
I try to say this objectively,
Yeah.
not bitter, because Cable is 6.5 feet tall and muscles and former military. If anybody can act their way into an unbelievable physical discrepancy, Josh Brolin can. So I mean, that's the thing about Hugh Jackman. He crossed the boundary of being wrong physically for the part.
Yep.
And I get that. And trust me, I would want to get shorter guy roles because I'm tall. So I get that, all for it. But I'm sick and tired of all things, the source material, bastardizing the source material of comic book movies. It's getting a little old as a fan, not as a wannabe actor, as a fan. It's hard.
I think people are focused. The studios are definitely focused on just like, obviously big names that are going to sell the movie kind of thing.
And that's what I agree with. Jack Reacher, Tom Cruise.
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing. Like, you were big on the books. I never was big on the books, but it is something that bothers me is when you take a character from a book or any kind of publication, really, and make a movie about it, and you just don't pay attention to certain key things that make the character up, like, I don't know, their size, for example.
Well, where does it end? I mean, that's when we start, what, are we going to start flopping genders? Again, this isn't a gender equality thing, but, like, I mean, where does it end?
See, and here's the thing, is, like, I don't give a shit about swapping genders if you can be true to the essence of the character. You know what I mean? I don't care. As long as, like, for example, if they did a movie where Jack Reacher, and they're like, Jack Reacher's a woman, and I'm like, okay, fine. But Jack
Convince
Reacher
me.
better be 6'4" and ready to crush some goddamn skulls.
That is a big woman.
Because I could give a shit if it's a woman, if it's 6'4" with the proper training and the proper, like, if it's believable. Yeah, great. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I'm slightly hypocritical because if I was on if I'm on the production side of the studio's perspective, Tom Cruise is going to put butts in seats. Unknown.
Yeah, of course.
Let's just be hypothetical here. Unknown Jeff Bosley, who matches the character and the background. I would
Doesn't
not
have as big a following.
Not at all. I would completely agree with that, and I get it, and that's just the nature of the business. The meme is out there. I've said it a billion times. It's show business, not show fair.
Yep.
So I get it. But at what, like, it's like I don't get, like, it's frustrating because I don't even know what I was gonna say. I was just gonna go in a loop there, basically. it's just I mean, at what point do you honor? I mean, because Deadpool is a perfect example. They honored. I'm not a Deadpool fan, but I'm not a religious follower of Deadpool. I don't know all things there are to know about Deadpool, but I think Deadpool is one of the few movies that I would say they stuck to it like religion.
I mean, he breaks the fourth wall. He kills people violently.
Yeah.
He cracks ridiculous, inappropriate
Deadpool.
jokes. Like,
Which came first, Deadpool or Ryan Reynolds? It's a hard argument.
it's tough. I mean, it's really tough just because it's so good.
Yeah,
I mean, they reference Ryan Reynolds in the comic book. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's the funny thing is they also in Logan, Deadpool references Hugh Jackman.
Yep.
I mean, but the thing is there's the argument. 1,000. Anybody that Deadpool fans are welcome to correct me here, but Deadpool was 1,000% spot on accurate to the comics, to the character, to the vibe, to the essence, to the spirit of Deadpool. Brian, stand by on that one. So there's the point, and that thing cleaned out as far as making money. Mm-hmm. So it appealed to the nerds because the thing is, I get the studios if they only cared about the nerds, and again, I say this not in a derogatory way. Scott and I think, are self-proclaimed proud nerds of comic books and movies, etc. But it cleaned house. Like, the studios might want to start listening and going, you know what? If we actually do this right, we could please the nerds who will come back and spread the word.
What? Give the people what they want? What a novel fucking concept.
God, no. But however, and here's the failure. Look at The Punisher with Thomas Jane. who I dig as an actor.
Right.
Who was the big Russian guy in...
Oh, he was a wrestler.
He's a
I can't
WWF
remember his
wrestler.
name,
I just
though.
forgot his name, and he was spot on for the comic.
Yeah, he works.
Wait, it wasn't that wasn't Cable. That was
No, he would. That's the funny thing too, is he was a Russian character.
Yeah.
I forget the name of the
I
character,
just
but
blanked on his name. He would be spot on, but I wouldn't go see it because, hypocritically, I'd want to go see a name face. I wouldn't want to see that wrestler because a wrestler playing a Rock is the only one
see,
that's
and this
transcended.
is the bullshit that keeps the
Yeah.
system going right here.
No, you can't win. It's a lose-lose. And then, Brian Short. Brian, sorry to say your name.
Look
but
at the
it's
Aquaman character.
perfect example.
This is an example of both being on the good side and the bad side of things. One, you're taking Aquaman, who I don't know how you feel about Aquaman, but personally, I've never been a huge fan of Aquaman. I feel like, yeah, whatever, it's Aquaman.
Family Guy. Have you seen the Family Guy
Yeah,
mockery of him?
it's
Where
just
he's
like-
wait, your power is to talk to fish underwater?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we made a short where we made fun of Aquaman too, but then
Wait,
we
the
made
one-
Aquaman the bad guy.
Yeah, the one you were dressed up as Batman?
Yeah, I was Batman.
That's awesome.
Like we made a short where it's Aquaman, and it turns out that Aquaman is like the bad guy, and Aquaman hires Bane to break Batman's back. It's like a whole thing because Aquaman gets shit on all the time. Now, how do I feel about Jason Momoa playing Aquaman? Well, I'm very conflicted because I don't really like Aquaman, but I think Jason Momoa is really fucking awesome.
Have you seen his
and a good
audition for
actor.
Game of Thrones?
He's really good.
That's actually, not to go too much in a circle, but that's a perfect example
That
of
is.
going in there and just going for...
Going against the
Nobody
grain.
did what he did.
Just go, like, he came in ready to be like, you want to see what it'll look like?
Any
Let me
actor
show
or
you what
wannabe
it looks
actor,
like.
go Google or YouTube Jason Momoa Game of Thrones audition.
Yep.
You will see what we all need to do is go in there and surprise the he might have didn't he make up a language, like he made up a
Well, because there
warrior
was supposed to
dance
be like the Thraki language,
Yeah.
and like it's not really written, I guess,
Yeah.
is the thing, and he just kind of made
Made
some
it up,
shit
yeah.
up and was like,
Yeah.
"Fuck it,
So
I'm gonna
props
commit
to him.
hard."
I actually, and this is whatever, it's not Pat Jeff on the back day, but I actually, when I was sitting in the Sony studio I had my body armor wrapped up in a bag because I felt kind of self-conscious about it.
Yeah.
Right, they called the guy right before me on the call list or the whatever sign-in sheet, and I was staring at the stuff going, Jason Momoa, everybody loves him, he's a badass. Everybody loves him, he's a badass, and he acted like an idiot. He acted like an idiot. He acted like an idiot. Okay, put the shit on like an idiot. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Jason Momoa, and lo and behold, so
I can't remember the name of the show that's on Netflix of his, but like he's really
he's in a
good.
show.
On
Not Game of
Netflix.
Thrones.
No, not Game of Thrones. It's I forget what it's called. It's really good though. It's really good.
So
and
any
he's really
women,
good in it.
all women love Jason Momoa, which I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I don't-
Khal
which
Drogo.
I don't
Khal
get.
Drogo.
Is it the hair, the man bun thing?
No.
What is it?
Here's what it is, because I can tell you what it
Because
is.
as a male, I'm slightly jealous.
No, here's what it is. It's not about the hair, Jeff. It's because.
But wait.
It's the same thing. You have the same thing. It's fine. He's a very athletic, strong champion of a man, but he's very sweet and charismatic. Like he's very good to the people around him, kind of thing. That's what
Wait,
people
like his characters or the actor himself?
No, like the actual person.
Really?
He's a really nice
Okay,
dude.
cool. I haven't heard either.
And
way.
he's just like appears to be really fun. If you ever watch some of the shit that he posts, he's just
Okay.
like the shit that he does in his spare time. You're like, I'd hang out with this guy.
okay.
He's like at home, like throwing knives into targets just for
okay,
fun
I did
and
see
shit.
that. I did see that. Okay, I'll give him credit.
But apparently he's super sweet. Like the actress Emily Clark, or Amelia Clark, I think that's her name.
Is she the dragon lady?
Dragon
Okay.
Lady. So
I've
like
watched-
the first, if you ask she tells a story about the first time meeting Jason Momoa, and that's what she says. She's like meeting Jason, like that, and it's like you think of Jason Momoa, you don't think of Jason. Like that's
First
like
name basis.
right. But I guess she's like nervous and all this shit, and she like comes up, and he. Before she has a chance to say anything, he just says, "Wifey!" And then he picks her up in his arms and just swings her around
Oh,
like
dork.
exactly. He's a big dork,
Yeah,
and that's why
yeah.
people love him because he's like a badass, and he's like strong and awesome, but he's a dork.
Well, is he outside? Okay, no. Back to Aquaman. Somebody brought that. I think that was our friend Brian.
Like The Rock.
Was it Brian? Yeah, Aquaman. Damn, he has a lot on his shoulders to make Aquaman cool. I mean,
I honestly,
Aquaman
I don't.
doesn't exactly have a lot of kids following him.
I'm not a like. I know you are, but I'm not super stoked about the Justice League movie. I'm just not. It just doesn't look good to me.
Ben Affleck for life.
But at the same time, the parts that don't look good really have nothing to do with Jason Momoa as Aquaman. Like anything I've
How
seen
do
for
you-
him is just like it could be cool. It could be cool.
I mean, I'll watch. I was in line for Beavis and Butthead.
Do
was it
America.
Do America. I was in line for that in Pocatello, Idaho. So my standards are low. I'll watch any shitty movie once.
Sure.
I mean, I just love movies that much. So I'm not probably the best.
Yeah, I mean, I
person
saw
to-
Batman vs Superman with you. I'll see Justice League.
I'll go back to Batman and Superman, and I will own that. But yeah, here's the thing, and Cyborg. DC has their work cut out for them, because really, DC. Okay, Marvel has everybody. DC has Batman and Superman.
Yep.
That's it. The DC quote universe, outside of Batman and Superman, that's like their starters. Everything outside of Batman and Superman is their B team.
They could
Or
have,
third string.
They could have some other cool character. Like, they got cool characters. Just,
But like the only thing that fuels the DC universe are nerd fans.
I mean,
Because
yeah,
Batman and Superman, everybody knows. You don't have to be a nerd to love Batman and Superman.
that's true.
But that's all they have.
That's the thing is, though, they could be building.
We live in a
fan
world
base.
where Ant-Man has his own movie.
But
10 years ago,
this
would have
is
somebody gone,
why-
Ant-Man,
This is why
whatever.
I'm saying that. Like, you would never believe that Ant-Man would have a following or a big movie that was actually worthwhile, but
Well,
it was
actually-
kind of good.
Ralph Garman at Hollywood Babylon, because I listened to it religiously, one of his podcasts, before Ant-Man came out, when it was just
Yeah.
rumor, he's like, what a stupid idea. A movie about a guy that turns into an ant, and then it comes out and he goes, what an amazing movie.
I can't believe that. Yeah, I mean,
And I've only
they
seen,
could be doing that with the DC movies. They're just...
I wonder why
They're
DC's
chasing...
failing.
No, they're failing because they're trying to recreate and chase fucking Avengers. They're not going to.
Yeah.
They're not going to do it. They would be better off just trying to make really good, isolated films of these characters.
Well, because there's no team
No!
like the Avengers. Like the Justice League, if you follow them as nerds, is a thing. But it's a thing in comic books that does not translate. The minute I saw Cyborg, all due respect, I was like, oh, God, you didn't have anybody else you could go to?
Yeah, there's nobody else in the list
Like,
that you could have
really?
brought out.
Like, stop.
What
You
about
could've-
fucking, like, the Brainiac or, what's his face?
I would've just stopped it.
Martian Manhunter.
I just would have stopped. Like, had Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman. Just take some artistic liberties and just not include... I don't even remember I gotta Google this. Let's see, Justice
They
League.
got Wonder Woman, Flash.
Who's this supposed to be? Oh, yeah, Flash. Yeah, end up Flash.
Flash is in there.
Like, Cyborg is like... Ugh. What kid was in his basement going, pushes his glasses up, he's like, thank God they have Cyborg.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Wonder Woman does look kind of good. I'll see it just because it looks cool.
I mean, I like Gal Gadot, but that's just because I'm a male.
I mean, I don't know.
But
I think she'll do a
I
good
don't
job.
swallow her as a...
I gotta see the movie. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't really sold on her either.
Ah!
What is that? We're out of time?
Did we just get played off on ourselves?
Looks like you had a set time for us to
Well,
finish.
no, that was from an old episode.
Oh, man.
God. For those who didn't hear that, I'll have to edit it out on the podcast. We just got played out with our own music. Justice League.
That's
Who was in
crazy.
it? Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman, Cyborg. Green Lantern! They could have... I mean, shit. Bring in Green Lantern.
They could have, yeah.
And fix that
To be
abortion
fair,
of a comic
that's what I'm
book
saying.
movie.
Like, they could have gotten rid of Cyborg and had Green Lantern, only this time not Ryan Reynolds and
Shit,
not
even the Atom
a CGI
would have
suit.
worked.
Yeah, actually.
There's a lot of...
If they wanted to chase Ant-Man.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, anyway, I don't know. I mean, obviously, I'll go see Justice League in a heartbeat. Don't get me wrong.
I'll see it.
And I dig, again, I can't say this through objective eyes. I'm digging the Ben Affleck as Batman.
I'm
In
still
the
kind of
spirit
like
of Batman 66
either way
and
on
the
it.
old Batman. Christian Bale could not, add 10 years to Christian Bale, he still wouldn't be that hardened, broken, angry at the world Batman.
That's true.
He's still Christian Bale. He's still pretty and all that. Ben Affleck is getting a little wrecked. So I think he's perfect for that old Batman guy.
I mean, Ben Affleck is also doing a lot of things to his life he probably shouldn't do. Not that I give a shit, because I don't care about other people's
He
lives.
just had
like
a very
that.
amicable divorce from Jennifer Garner.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
all
always are.
Hollywood divorces are very... Well,
Everything always goes well in a
Damn it.
Hollywood divorce. We dropped our little equipment thing. It's harrowing. My God, the tragedy. Look at all these plugs. Look at the rubber bands. It's a nightmare. Bloody mess. Jesus. Izzy gets it. She's over here just licking her wounds.
Literally.
Literally.
My dog just had her tooth removed because her owner let dental care go a little south.
Hey man, that happens to the best of us.
I feel bad. She's high.
She's fine. She's chilling. She's wagging that tail like it's
Just don't roll
it's
your
no big
chair.
deal.
Oh, what a whore.
She just wants
flashed her
attention.
crotch.
She just wants attention. That's all she wants.
Oh, so we are on like 10 different side notes here.
We keep just kind of branching out into new subjects. It's fine.
One day, what we'll have to do is call Alicia
Oh
as
yeah.
a whiskey and DS day.
We'll call Alicia and be like, "What up? How's it going?"
You put your hand on your mic like you did before. I might punch you as Alicia's
Emotional guardian.
not emotional proxy brother.
Proxy
I think is
brother.
probably the better
Proxy
way to
brother.
put it.
That works.
Emotional guardian, having me in charge of anybody's emotions is a southbound cause. Marvel's superior period. Brian,
Yes and no.
depending on where you're
Some
basing the concept
characters.
off. But here's the weird thing, though: is Marvel, DC is carried by Superman and Batman.
That's true.
What is prior to movies? What is Marvel?
Prior to movies, if you think about Marvel, you got Spider-Man and the X-Men.
But
That was the
technically,
only-
everybody's B team.
Everybody
That was the weird thing about Marvel is everybody was on the same plane. There wasn't like this huge
The
spike.
big deals were Spider-Man and they were X-Men.
Yeah.
Even when, like, growing up and shit, like the X-Men cartoons, they had Spider-Man cartoons.
I watched this shit.
They
I did
had
not.
Batman cartoons. They had some Superman and Justice League cartoons. They didn't really have
Yeah.
much else going on. Not really.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, really, so Spider-Man. But that's the thing is, I think they're with Marvel. I think for whatever reason they're winning because they didn't have these spikes of popularity. All their stuff was pretty even keeled across the board, whereas DC had Batman, Superman, and all the others. Where Marvel had like just a little bit of wiggle. I don't know, but yeah. So Marvel. I mean, again, my mom would vouch for this. I ran around in blue underwear and a cape since I could barely walk, and then as soon as I could walk, I switched over to a black cape and was Superman. So. Batman and Superman, through and through. Team Batman, if I had to pick. But, my mom, I have this crazy memory, a little reveal into my life. I still to this day hate like crazy social events, and this is ironic now that I think about it out loud. Birthday parties as kids, you go there and do your birthday thing. I hated them. I hated them. And my mom actually, this is before I was 260 pounds, my mom literally one day grabbed me by the back of the belt and carried me. So I'm like hanging like Superman, and she's carrying me by the back of the belt. And I had a belt with a Superman belt buckle.
Nice.
Somewhere in storage, I still have this. But she was carrying me that way, kicking and screaming, literally to a birthday party.
Yep.
And my belt snapped in half, and I still have that belt buckle. It was a Superman belt buckle.
Nice.
But as I've aged, I've become more Team Batman. But growing up, totally a child of Superman fan.
I've always been a Batman fan. I'm with you, Brian.
Why?
Batman has always been my favorite.
Why Batman for you?
I honestly don't know. I can't explain it. I just always loved Batman.
I wonder if it's an empathy thing. Alien versus human.
I don't know. I remember seeing literally Batman Returns. I saw Batman actually like on VHS. I think I was too young to see.
Wait, like
it.
Christian Bale?
No,
Christian Bale's first
I'm
attempt?
talking Michael Keaton.
Oh,
I'm talking
shit,
like we're
son.
going way back.
Yeah.
I was but a wee small pup, barely above a knee high, and yeah, man, I really loved Batman. I thought he was the shit. I remember seeing Batman Returns in the theater. I think I was maybe 3 or 4, and it wasn't when it came out either because it was like a re-showing. Like,
Okay, I
got
think I
taken
saw
to
the
the
Keaton
movies.
ones in the movie theater.
I had a Batman action figure. I vividly remember this. I was 3 or 4 years old.
With the retractable belt?
With the retractable belt. Exactly. And I remember that so vividly just because I would wrap it around this railing on the staircase of this apartment that my family lived in, and I would let him like slide up. And one of the times I did it, his fucking belt broke, and he fell to the ground, and he shattered into pieces, and I was like, Batman's dead! No! And I was so upset.
No, I had the exact same. I'm 10 years older than you. 7.
Yes.
So anyway,
7 years?
I went to the Michael Keaton Batman. So Tim Burton's reimagine. I mean, prior to him was Adam West.
Adam West. Really?
God, my dog's a whore.
There's nobody here. We're over here. What are you doing?
I thought I heard Tony coming. So prior to that was Adam West, pretty much. So when Michael Keaton and Tim Burton revisited Batman, holy shit, I was jacked. I bought, and this is like, how old was I? I think I was in junior high or high school. So this is really embarrassing to admit. I bought the Batcave. I bought toys, and I'm in junior high or high school. Like, should not have toys. Should not be going home and playing pretend with toys. But I remember the Batman with the belt because it wasn't just like a knob. It was like his actual, the way they designed it, like the first like semicircle half part of the belt came out.
Yep.
Which made no sense. And I would grapple that to stuff and it'd zoom in. But my sister and I know she's doesn't listen to this show, but she made fun of me, and it's been a lasting Bosley joke, is when in doubt, throw it against the wall, is a running joke my sister has, is that belt came out and wouldn't retract, the spring mechanism was broken. And I was really pissed at our Anita Place house in Pocatello, Idaho. I was like, God damn, well, I didn't swear at the time, or in front of my mom at least, and I threw it against the wall, and that made the belt retract. So I was like, well, shit. That's how you fix stuff. You throw it.
Throw it against the wall.
So yeah, the Batman or
doesn't
the Michael
work for burritos. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Burrito's broken. Do not throw it against the wall.
Do not throw it against the wall. It doesn't work.
The more you know.
Learn that the hard way.
But yeah, so I had the Michael Keaton Batman. But the thing is, man, I was a freaking dork. The more I hear this stuff out loud, in grade school, this was 6th grade when it came out. 6th grade for me. I was at Grace Lutheran University. Grace Lutheran School was a private, loosely speaking, private Lutheran-based grade school. I had the Joker Chuck Taylors. Mm-hmm. So they had the Joker symbol. Oh, no, I couldn't. They didn't have the Jokers in my size because this is when I had my growth spurt. So I actually had the Batman logo Chuck Taylors, made fun of by all the cool kids. And I sported those with a Hawaiian shirt under a sweater. That was my move.
That's awesome.
That was my move.
That's pretty hilarious.
Where I got that to this day, I still don't know. It's not Zach Morris of Saved by the Bell fame wore that. I don't know where I was like, I'm going to wear a Hawaiian shirt under a sweater. And my Batman logo shoes. But anyway, Batman was the heat at the time. I love that.
Batman's got like some of the best villains too, to be fair. There's some great villains in the Marvel universe. But Batman's got some of the best ones.
And I would like to think I'm an 80% self-professed nerd. I can't think of a single villain in the Marvel universe without like really racking my brain. I can think of Thanos.
Yeah.
And
I can think of Spider-Man villains. Spider-Man is the only one kind of on par in that. Like he has some great villains.
Or not Venom.
Like Venom Shocker, Rhino. He's got Carnage and Venom. He's got Doc Ock. Like the Vulture. But I can't think of any other fucking Scorpion. Oh man, he has some villains.
But that's the funny thing is, all the villains are DC. All the villains people can think of are DC related.
A lot of the time.
Or mostly just Batman.
Some of the cooler ones, they're almost all bad. They're the coolest ones. Like Lex Luthor, Superman.
Riddler,
Joker, Two-Face.
Batman.
Like Catwoman, the Scarecrow, Zaz even. Fucking hell. Like,
deep cuts.
Exactly. Deep cuts. There you go. Perfect.
Scott is on a roll.
I'm just saying. Like,
we could all be Batman. Yeah, if we were all millionaires, we could be Batman.
With training and gadgets, we could all be Batman. Yeah. That's true. You're right, Brian.
Brian is like our only person listening.
Hey, can we see your faces?
Brian, who said that? Oh, hey, Don. Oh, okay. Let me give you this. Let me write this. Okay. I can't say this on air, but this person's name?
Yeah.
Is the person that connected my reel with...
Oh.
I don't know how to spell this. That's who's connecting my reel with that guy.
Oh, what up?
So yeah, Scott really likes you.
I mean, it's kind of a big deal. Like, I'm not in any of it, but I don't care.
I can't use my phone because it's being used, but there's an app you can buy that actually sees who's stalking you.
Yeah.
That gentleman.
That gentleman has opened it a few times.
Or his handler.
Or his assistants.
Contact Comic Book Man. Brian, one of my favorite shows actually because I'm a massive Kevin Smith fan. Scott and I just went and saw Hollywood Babylon.
Hollywood Babylon 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and if you listen to that episode, it was like the first episode they'd done back in the Improv in Los Angeles. They had been on the road for a while, or actually on hiatus for a while. In the opening 10 minutes.
Yep.
Kevin Smith is enamored by a guest's in the audience pizza. Jeff Bosley's Pizza.
That's right. I was there. I saw that shit.
Kevin, and then he
can
ordered
vouch.
one.
He ordered a
however,
pizza.
and then again, poor starving actors Scott and Jeff. He ate one slice, and I was like, "You gonna finish that, Kevin?"
I
Pass that over
would
here.
have stole that pizza
Yeah,
for real.
like
though.
he ate one slice, and then I bought. This is the second time I've been second time Hollywood Babylon, and I've also been to Jay and Silent Bob Get Old, the podcast with Jason Mewes. I've bought them all drinks. Well, not Jason Mewes because he's a recovering alcoholic, but I bought everybody everything. Never once have they drank anything, so I'm getting a little frustrated about that. So Ralph Garman.
It's actually really funny to me.
It's not. And then Ralph Garman and Kevin Smith left the stage. There's like 3 drinks of Jack Daniels up on the thing and not to be touched. So I love Comic Book Man. It's a funny. Have you seen that?
Yeah,
Kevin Smith show.
I like comic book man.
This is. I can't believe this is the age we live in where comic book movies. Can you 10 years ago if anyone was to say comic book movies will rule the world?
I wouldn't have believed it.
Yeah, well, like Passion of the Christ, I don't think crushed the box office near as much as any comic book movie. What was the biggest comic book movie so far?
The biggest one?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know. I mean, like I said, Spider-Man started it kind of like Blade started
the new
it.
Spider-Man will
Blade
do
started it really.
Yeah.
But Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 were really good, and they did have pretty huge fan
I'm kind of
followings.
excited about the Tom Holland incarnation.
I wasn't excited about it, but then they're like, I don't know. It looks like it's hitting the right beats.
Well,
He's
okay,
actually
you watched the
he's
cartoon,
actually a teenager.
right?
Yeah, exactly. He's actually a
that's-
teenager in high school,
Yeah,
which is
they're hitting that spot.
you know, and he's played by a fucking teenager actually instead of
with
Tobey Maguire
a Brooklyn
pretending.
accent.
Yeah, which
That
is cool.
huge for me.
There's a big thing in the trailer which
Oh
I
yeah,
like.
Avengers.
There's a line that I really like from the trailer with Iron Man's in there, that he's linked in there, whatever, fine. I'm accepting it. It's the Marvel universe. They're linking everything together, whatever, but shit. Whatever. Anyway, he says he takes the suit back from him in the trailer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he's just
I'm not anything without the
I'm
suit.
nothing without the suit. He's like, if you're nothing without the suit, then you shouldn't have it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a great line in a comic book movie for these characters because it's like, that's their whole deal.
Well, I mean, isn't his like whole with great power? What's the
Well,
responsibility?
with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah. That's like the Spider-Man
said
mantra.
somebody said to me though, it's like Iron Man telling somebody else he's nothing. Like if you're nothing without the suit, you shouldn't have it. Like that's kind of
A little hypocritical.
a little hypocritical. I'm like, yeah, but if you watch like Iron Man 3, like he was doing his shit.
He got
without
rid of
his
the other suit. Yeah.
whatever. That's fine.
Okay,
it works.
whatever. They had
It
Mickey
works.
This gentleman, Mr. Kevin, I won't say your last name even though this is a public page. This is just to stroke my ego. He and I went to Special Forces assessment and selection together. So this is like basically Green Beret tryouts. Yeah. He had my back on cable for Deadpool, but alas.
Hashtag not my cable.
This should be the new hashtag. Again, I'm bitter and biased because, well, okay, objectively speaking, we're going in circles here. Well, that's funny. He actually wrote not my cable. I thought you were just making that up. So they have Deadpool with Ryan Reynolds. This is the perfect movie to bring in unknowns. Mm-hmm. Because now we were talking about this. I was talking about this at the gym with somebody the other day. Actually, Brolin's trainer.
Yeah.
Some actors, Tom Cruise, DiCaprio, maybe even Ryan Reynolds, but Tom Cruise, DiCaprio are perfect examples. They might be amazing actors, but you can't see the character anymore because you only see the actor.
Yep.
Like I only see DiCaprio. I only see Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is a little maybe at the extreme because he's. But The Rock is always The Rock. Tom Cruise is kind of almost always Tom Cruise. But I can't think of. But DiCaprio is a good example.
Yeah.
Astounding actor, but you have to see through DiCaprio to the character. This is the perfect movie to bring in unknowns. Let Ryan Reynolds be the showrunner for Deadpool because everybody knows it's Ryan Reynolds. Everybody knows it's Deadpool. Ironically, which I wonder if it's actually just a double because 9 times out of 10 he has the mask on. So I wonder if it's a stunt double. I wonder how much time Ryan Reynolds really spends on set.
I would be hard pressed to believe that Ryan Reynolds is not the one trying to do his stunts 90% of the time.
I'll give him. Yeah, he seems like that guy.
Like,
after.
I'm sorry, but I'm that guy. They're trying to tell me I can't do something. I'm going to try to do it anyway.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. And especially after Blade, he definitely puts his work in.
Yeah, come on.
But this is the movie where, again, this is my argument, and I would hope you think probably the same way. Is like I want to tell studios like, take me, make money off of me. Like this is the movie. This is the format. This is the template to bring in a new face and rate them for all the money they're worth. Josh, again, all due respect, Josh Brolin's an amazing actor. Hopefully he pulls off Cable. I'm not sure how because Cable's like a foot and a half taller than him. Apple boxes. But this is the movie to bring in fresh blood, the Jason Momoa syndrome, if you will. Bring in fresh blood and make $1 bajillion off this new face.
Yeah, dude.
This is the time to do it. Like, use Ryan Reynolds as the
You already got your lead face. Get
Yeah.
some other people in there. Get some
Amen.
people who might like blow you away because of their
Amen.
talent. Not
Yeah.
because there's some name that's like,
Well,
okay,
shit, even
cool.
bring in a new face that has no talent, but at least it's a new freaking face. Like, here's the thing, and I say this is a stupid disclaimer, like he's actually going to hear this, but Josh Brolin, with all due respect, amazing actor, etc., etc., etc. Are we really out of actors? He's been in this game forever. He's super old.
Here's the thing. I agree with you. I love Josh Brolin as an actor. I think he's a great actor. He's had some great roles. Anything he does is almost always really good.
Yeah.
Cable, come
we
on,
out,
dude.
Are we out of fresh faces?
Give it to somebody else.
God damn
it. Stupid fucking chords.
Whiskey and BS has no budget.
It's okay, guys. It's okay.
You wouldn't know.
No.
I had a piece
Should
of
make it GoFundMe.
I had a Velcro for this.
Should make a GoFundMe page and be like, Whiskey and BS can continue as long as we can keep feeding Izzy. You guys want to help feeding? You want to help feed Izzy?
This is what the rubber band's for. I don't know. It's just like
No, I
you
agree.
get these random newbie faces.
I like random newbie faces. I like when it's a new actor
yeah.
because you know that they're gonna want it more and they're gonna try really hard to bring something cool and fresh.
And I get from the producer standpoint, we brought this up, but another amendment to that is I get bringing in like these names like holy shit, I haven't seen that name forever.
Yeah.
But I agree with it to the extremes. Like bringing in again, I say this I think objectively, Stallone to Guardians of the Galaxy. That guy is an epic name.
It's a
massive gimmick, but it is the
gimmick.
massivest of massive gimmicks.
This is the only way it works. Like I said, it's either it's got to be a bait and switch, or he had better be the bad guy, an unannounced bad guy that we wouldn't see coming.
Yes.
And he better be really.
But to bring in
good.
big names that kind of make you go, oh yeah, him, like Brolin, for example. Like I swing for the fences and bring in Schwarzenegger or Stallone or whatever as Cable, not like a reputable known actor.
Like frankly, outside of you, the only other person that came into mind to be Cable was, and I don't even know the dude's name. I don't know his name, but he was in James Cameron's Avatar. He's like the military, the white-haired military leader dude. And I'm
I could see that.
That dude could play the shit out of Cable.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing is, I mean, Cable will probably be like Mickey Rourke in Sin City.
Oh man.
High prosthetics.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Sure.
I know one guy, Dave Reeves, good buddy of mine, a fellow veteran competitor. we compete in roles probably. He looks like it, but that's the other thing is it's called acting. It's called makeup and hair and wardrobe. I mean, that's why I'll bet the little bit of money I have, that's why Josh Brolin will work as Cable, is because they're going to have to do all sorts of crazy shit, whether it's CGI or special effects or camera angles or even prosthetics, to make us swallow Josh Brolin as a 6.5-foot former military mercenary. Hello.
What's this now?
Well, thank you, Allison. Congrats on the co-star role from my good friend Allison.
Oh.
I don't think you've met her.
Probably not. I haven't met a lot of your friends, Jeff.
I haven't met a lot of your friends. Jesus, comic discussion has become my Friday night event. I know, Brian, right?
Right. It's good stuff.
All right. Do you want to watch this? What do you want to do?
Shit. I don't know. We're at an hour 22, by the way, in this podcast.
Ridiculous.
Time flies. You know what I'm
Did
saying?
you know? I don't know if you knew, but did you know we have?
By the way, this podcast infinitely more coherent than our last podcast. Like hands
for me,
down.
yes. Same. For you, yes.
Oh yeah, I was shithoused at the
Scott
last
was
podcast.
in the toilet. But did you see this? We have that many subscribers, and that's literally subscribers because to subscribe on iTunes requires you to it'll automatically download.
Right.
So when it goes to Podbean to say, okay, the subscriber wants your show, that counts as a download. So that's technically subscribers.
11,000 downloads.
We have 11,000 subscribers.
Where are those people at right now?
Yeah, where are you at?
Yeah, where you at?
Well, I mean, Facebook Live doesn't count.
Wait, what's up, Kevin?
However, 2,600 people. Chances are studio has claws deep in what they're trying to say. That's a very good point.
That does make sense.
And that's one thing a lot of people don't think about when it comes to studio stuff is like a person, like I wonder if Ryan Reynolds signed a multi-picture deal, is a lot of times they'll say, okay, you get this picture, but guess what? You are now stuck to us for 2 more pictures. For all we know, he has to do another freaking Green Lantern.
No.
And as a wannabe actor, I will sign my soul over to the devil and do Pitch Perfect 3 if I get to do Expendables 4. You know,
look,
it's a
look.
catch-22.
Earlier, I wasn't trying to say Pitch Perfect 2 is a bad movie. I just wasn't saying that it's better than Logan, because it's not. If you want to be in Pitch Perfect 3, by all means, be in Pitch Perfect 3. You know what I'm
It
saying?
hurt. I mean, to be in a major studio, that's the one
A
thing.
studio movie would be fun.
That's the thing, that's the huge difference, is the consumer
Jeff.
doesn't see the starving actor side of the equation.
Now we'll be Showtime Brothers. Because
Are you Showtime?
I got to be on House of Lies in the background.
What?
It wasn't the same as a
Has it
co-star
aired?
role. Oh yeah, it's they finished
Were you
their
like
show.
were you like Dead Body number 3, or were you
No,
like
I was
party
like
goer?
I'm like in a frame with Don Cheadle and John Cho. That's pretty cool.
I never knew that.
Yeah, it was fun. It
We're
was a fun day
Showtime
on set.
Showtime
Brothers.
Word.
Word. I mean, you got a co-star role. I was just literally standing in the background, going like, "Oh." But that's
I don't know. I mean, the show, and I don't want to say it on air, but here's the one thing also.
he got a co-star role. I'm not going to say what it is because I'm not going to get him in trouble. But
yeah.
I will say this: he's got a co-star role on a show that's really big on Showtime and has been going for at least 4 or
3 or
5
4
seasons.
seasons, yeah.
I think it's 4. I think it's 4 right now. But that being said, he should be working opposite of an actor. Actually,
that guy.
Oh wait, can I say it without like being? It's really roundabout. He gets to work with an actor who may or may not have been in a Wolverine movie.
That's some deep cuts. How many seasons is it?
You're like looking right now, trying not to like. Oh,
I know.
you can't cover.
I don't think you
cover
can
that.
tell. It's bright. Yeah, you can't tell.
Yeah, you can. I'm gonna
4,
put my hand
5
up
seasons.
anyway.
Yeah,
5 seasons. All right, so I was right. I was gonna say I'm
Um,
gonna cover it up
good
the
call.
camera now. There you go.
But yeah, 5 seasons. It's an established show. He's tall.
He is.
That's the catch. And I didn't get a certain other show with a guy that happened to play in a God.
By the way,
That's very
if
obvious.
anybody figures out what the show is, do not post a comment for safety's sake.
Or I'll just delete it.
Yeah, that
But
too.
I was in I got an audition for another show, and a friend of mine got a role that would have been my character's sidekick, if you will. I didn't get the role, and I texted my friend saying, "Hey, congratulations on that show."
Yeah, because nobody heard that.
And I said, "Hey, congratulations on the show." And he goes, "Oh, I talked to Wardrobe. There's no way you'd ever get booked as opposite of so and so because you're way too tall."
Well, there you go.
And shit happens, and I get it. And so, however, the Showtime show, that actor that you just referenced,
Yep.
tall.
I believe it.
So there's a chance.
I think it's a good shot.
I mean, yeah.
He's got height on him. I mean, think
I
about
know
it. He has to be at least as tall as Jackman,
Oh yeah, they're always in scenes together. That's right. It's
unless he was like on a box or stilts or something.
I think
or,
he
like, lifts.
looks like a tall dude.
He's a tall dude, right? Shut up, cat.
Dude, that cat. So that that cat has defeated, like, conquered cancer.
That cat's a champion. That cat sounds like a baller right now. Hey guys.
Oh, spelling that name is a killer.
There's just something about talking low into a microphone. You know what I mean? It's just good.
I'll just leave you to yourself.
Sometimes you gotta get real low and quiet.
Let's see.
Think to yourself about your inner thoughts. Try to figure out life.
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh yeah,
6'3".
see, there you go. You're right on par. Right
Right
on
on.
par.
Cool.
You got
I'll
this.
wear no shoes.
You got this. I believe in you.
Awesome. A recurring character.
Oh yeah. I forgot he was in Scream.
No, I totally remember him in that. That was awesome.
That's
a lot
funny.
of stuff. I didn't realize that.
He's got a good bunch of credits. I mean, shit, 76 credits. That's a lot,
Weird
actually.
little-
Have you seen Samuel L. Jackson's IMDb page, by the way? Because it's amazing.
Oh, I bet it's
Like, you know
He's
he's in it. That the joke is he's in everything, but if
Yeah.
you look him up, he's in fucking everything. Have you seen the trailer for his new movie?
With Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah, it looks ridiculous.
I didn't know they were shooting that.
It looks so ridiculous.
And I semi-stock Ryan Reynolds.
174 credits for Samuel L. Jackson.
They're making that?
Yes, they are.
Who's Captain Marvel? Is it Rock?
No.
Wait, no. Rock is who's he playing?
no.
Shazam.
If hold on, scroll down because I don't want to be wrong on this. Yes. Sounds right.
Oh, I knew he was Nick Fury. That's a recurring role.
So, if anybody's curious, they did announce this movie a while back, and because Samuel
Wait, I
L.
thought
Jackson
Captain
is
Marvel
Nick
was a male.
Fury, no, Captain Marvel's not.
I am thinking of Shazam.
Click on. Captain Marvel is supposed to be, if we're lucky, played by Brie Larson, who is pretty goddamn good. If you don't know who Brie Larson is, go look her up. She's worthwhile.
I had no idea.
But we're supposed to get a Captain Marvel movie, which might be pretty tight.
I love that Samuel L. Jackson pre-production.
The Incredibles 2. It's on the IMDb page in pre-production. We're going to get The Incredibles 2. I forgot about that. Oh my god, I'm excited for The Incredibles 2. Oh my god.
The Legend of Tarzan.
Was he in that one?
Oh, I had that. Wait,
Oh,
no.
the
What was the other
Hateful
one?
Eight.
Magnificent Seven.
Oh yeah, Denzel. You had an audition
I
for
did.
that.
Opposite of Denzel Washington. Do you know who got the role?
Chris Pratt.
Chris motherfucking Pratt.
Chris Pratt got the role that Jeff auditioned for in Magnificent Seven.
Again, from the producer
In case anybody
standpoint,
didn't
from
know
the
that.
producer standpoint, I get it.
I mean, obviously that makes sense, but
Yeah, still.
that would have been cool though.
God damn it, Chris Pratt. I hate liking you.
I know he seems like a really
He's so
nice
goddamn
dude.
lovable.
He seems like a really pleasant guy.
I saw his speech on the getting his star with he and Anna Faris. It was kind of cute. I won't lie. It was, do they have a kid?
They do have a kid.
Okay, then that's who the kid was. I was like, they just in the interview or the ceremony. I was like, is that some random kid they grabbed from the audience to take pictures with?
Hey, dude, I like Chris Pratt's story is amazing. You know his story, right?
All I know is he started out on Parks and Rec as it said and featuring, and then he became
a couple of really small parts and other things, but basically he got the script for Parks and Rec when he was living out of his van in Hawaii. Like,
how does he get?
That's what I'm saying. No, but see, the thing is, he struggled just like we're doing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, he struggled, and he got a break, and it hit hard. Good for him.
Yeah, because anybody that watches Parks and Rec, the first season was a couple cutaways to him and what's her butt in their house with him and broken legs.
Yeah, Rashida Jones.
I think in the opening credits it just said and. It didn't say. Did it say and Chris Pratt?
I think it's and Chris Pratt. I don't know if it's introducing. I'm pretty sure it just says and.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
we
like,
can watch
that's
the
pretty
first
much
episode.
the low. I don't want to say the lowest in a derogatory way, but that's the low. Just shy of somehow announcing a background actor. He was just a step above that in that character.
Yeah, because he was so small. He wasn't featured as much for sure. He wasn't.
Chris Evans. That's another dude. God damn it. Time for that damn movie to come out. To be honest with you.
Which?
This damn movie with her and.
Oh right, I forgot you were okay. People know about that, right?
We'll see. Yeah. I had some bed scenes with Uma Thurman.
Yeah, that's coming out this year, is it not?
In theory.
It's right there.
Where's it at?
Brits are coming, right there.
Where?
Number 4.
Holy shit.
Post-production, 2017.
So apparently, I don't
That's
get.
coming this year.
Hey,
Look, there's you! You're one of the only pictures in there!
I'm the only picture.
That's amazing!
One of one.
One of one.
People
In your dressing
Bosley.
room. Or in the wardrobe area.
That is at the Chateau Marmont. Is that
Chateau
the
Marmont.
hotel? That was a few minutes after that. I took all that off. Interesting story.
Getting sextra close with
for
Uma
anybody
Thurman.
that actually follows this or listens to this, this is more just for Scott and I to drink and talk.
Uma Thurman. Getting sextra close.
Oh, and well,
Maggie
it was
Q.
a threesome. With
Dame
her
Maggie
too.
Q. You didn't tell me there was a threesome, you son of a bitch.
Hey-o.
Uma Thurman and Maggie Q?
Yep.
God damn it, Jeff. God damn it.
Here's the running
You
joke.
son of a bitch.
So anybody that is a male, when you pee,
No, I'm Snapchatting this. Jeff Bosley just told me that he has a scene in a movie with Uma Thurman and Maggie Q, and it's a threesome. Son of a bitch. Oh, now I have no Snapchat space? Fuck you, Snapchat.
I'm done with Snapchat.
I don't care.
I've aborted Snapchat. But anybody that's a guy, so that's whatever, 50% of our population or whatever. Whatever. This is explicit on iTunes, so be ready.
I mean, at this point, it would have to be. Like,
when a
I
male-
don't watch my mouth.
Izzy has this issue because she's old and incontinent. But when a male pees, regardless of how much shaking and flipping you do, you're going to get a drop or two in the underwear.
Well, sure.
Any male that listens to this is not a newsflash. Any female, sorry, this is a fact. So, right before that scene with Uma Thurman and Maggie Q, I really had to go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom, and I'm in the underwear I'm going to be wearing for quote-unquote wardrobe. Mm-hmm. And they're not going to give me my own, like, wardrobe underwear. They're just like, wear your own black underwear. I was like, okay, cool. Peed, and I was like, oh shit, I got a couple, the little water drip. So I threw prior to that happening, I threw in a piece of toilet paper buffer between little Jeff and the fabric of my underwear to keep there being from a little wet dot.
Sure.
So like, okay, go to set, you do the thing, they set the lighting, you lay in bed. And literally, Uma Thurman's laying on her stomach with only bottoms on, and straight up naked Uma. And then Maggie Q is laying next to Uma, and she's going to actually wake up, and I'm going to be like, I was supposed to do like a line of blow off of Uma's back.
You're supposed to do blow off of Uma Thurman's back.
Fake blow, but yes.
So let me get this straight. Jeff has to do blow off of Uma Thurman's back in a movie.
Yes, it was a rough day. They couldn't pay me enough to do that. And
are you kidding me?
so it's a tracking shot of from the floor. Uma's like at the foot of the bed and like her arms are hanging off the bed. It's a tracking shot from the floor to the ground as she like grabs a cigarette and brings it to her mouth. Very Quentin Tarantino-esque.
Sure.
Establishing shot. And then it like opens up and it reveals that a threesome has occurred of some form.
Right.
I come to and I start like kissing her back, and then Maggie Q comes to and is like her character is apparently jealous of what Uma and I did, or we're connecting more than her. I guess that apparently anybody that follows the psychology of threesomes, there's a lot of jealousy issues. So Maggie Q, I wake up and I start to go towards Maggie Q. We get close to close, and she punches me off the bed. And Mr. Where we did the Punisher photo shoot, he was the stunt coordinator. He's the one that got me the job.
Amazing. He's
off camera with a pad because every time he punched me, I had to fall off the bed onto the hardwood floor. So I had a pad there. Anyway, so I put a toilet paper to buffer the post-pee accepted male drip stain on underwear.
Sure.
Right before they start rolling, I'm like, oh god, I still have that toilet paper in my underwear, and I was worried they'd go, oh, they probably think I'm stuffing. So I do this pivot move, grab the toilet paper, put it in the head of the bed, and shove it between the mattress and the headboard.
Amazing.
At the Chateau Marmont, one of the most probably expensive, infamous hotels in Hollywood, there's a toilet paper with my DNA shoved in the headboard of the bed there that I didn't really want there, and then the rest was a bunch of nakedness and.
Jeff Bosley getting wild and naked with Uma Thurman and Maggie Q in a movie coming out this year.
My hope is it's the Brad Pitt scenario from Thelma and Louise.
Oh,
knew
there
who he
you go.
was until his 10
You
seconds.
get that heartthrob appeal.
He had 10
you know
seconds
what
of
I'm saying?
fame. Granted, he was way younger.
Hey,
way more hair.
sometimes you can hook that shit up. You just
let the ladies know.
But the movie is called The Brits Are Coming, and I have a big old American flag tattoo, so we had a lot of cheating angles on that. But we shall see. They'll probably cut all the scenes.
Nah, it'll be fine.
But,
it'll be
yeah.
fine.
But so that's that. We should watch a movie. Or at least
We
a
should
few
watch
seconds of a
something.
movie.
Pause due to poor connection. What is this nonsense? What's your Wi-Fi? I gotta get on this shit.
Oh god, what is our Wi-Fi password? Stand by.
Oh god, that cat is losing its damn mind.
He is the most vocal cat. And again, I don't hate cats, but I really don't like them.
I mean, you don't know how to.
What is our password?
What is your network?
It's Jane John.
Jane
That's
Johnson.
her pseudonym.
I should probably not be saying that.
No, that's fine. That's actually why it's there.
Well, do you want to let the world know what your internet password is?
Well, I don't want the password.
You want to type it in for me,
I'm trying
probably?
to remember what it is. I gotta go to contacts. Anybody listens to this is highly entertaining.
I mean, at this point, if they're not entertained, why are they still listening? It's an hour and 38 minutes in. We've lost people. We're down to 3 watchers. Oh, no.
However, 540 views.
So people have
it doesn't
seen
make sense.
this. They just don't know what it is.
Stand by, let me look
They're trying
here.
to make sense of it. Jeff Bosley talking to this guy, Scott. Who's
Pauline,
this
are you
guy?
here? All right.
I don't hear anything. We're going to take this opportunity to break it down a little slow and quiet.
Stop doing that. That's the creepiest.
Got some easy listening coming for you in the next couple of minutes. We're going to play some jazz standards.
Did you ever watch news radio?
Oh, I watched news radio. I watched that. I watched Murphy Brown, too, while I was at it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a throwback.
That is
How about that shit?
throwback.
Deal with that. Nick at Night, baby. Nick at Night. I watched The Odd Couple, too. I love that show. Got my education as a child watching The Odd Couple. Nick at Night.
I did that play.
Oh, man, that's a good play. Actually.
Believe it or not, I was the OCD one.
That's actually, I find that completely easy to believe. Are you kidding me? I've seen you organizing your shit in right angles. The fridge was always hilarious. Containers on containers, perfect right angles, organized, no problem. And I'm just like, yeah, whatever, find a spot for it, stick it in there, it's fine.
Double. Word of the day, phrase of the day, double entendre.
Entendre. What's that? Let's look it up, kiddies.
I think this was right. Damn it. It has something to do with her cat.
It has something to do with the cat. I was about to go into an innuendo, but I decided against it.
Pauline, are you here? Poop.
She doesn't appear to be here. Or she's lying. That's okay. We're going to break it down real quiet now for a minute. We're going to talk about some jive things happening in the world.
Jive turkey.
You jive turkey. Everybody likes to get a little quiet and dangerous sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
I'll text her real
Have
quick.
a nice dark drink. Sit quietly in the twilight.
Let me text her real quick here.
Have a nice quiet dinner with the people you love.
Oh, actually, I won't bring it up on the air, but you actually do know who this person is that texted me in the middle of the show.
Oh.
If anybody sees Scott and I's notes during this show,
If you know what they are, then you should say so. I just like being weird. It's fine. I'm not even hammered yet.
that person.
Oh! I remember her. My goodness. My goodness.
Interesting life I've lived with Scott.
Yeah, that is
Um,
true.
Let me get our
Man, you've been out of the loop. I could tell you some stories at this point.
Oh shit, son. Hold up, I gotta get our password for this.
Oh my god.
Where's
Got a live video here. I've never done a live video on
Instagram before.
Instagram, not YouTube. Or
Live video ended. Oh no.
My live
let me
video
get our
ended. I've
password.
never done that before.
Standby password.
I'm going to do it again, though, as soon as I can get the internet password.
Oh shit.
Did we stop?
No, we're good.
Oh, no.
Don't want to text Michael Hearn.
It's okay. It's okay.
For those of you who don't know who Michael Hearn is, he was Titan in American Gladiators.
Mike's a nice guy.
Just making shit up as you go, are you?
Hey, man. BS. That's the whole thing. Whiskey and BS.
BS. I'm pretty good at the BS.
I'm good at a lot of things.
All right, so we are now going to Mystery Science Theater this thing up.
Oh, yeah.
We should just do something random, not even like...
Something random. Something random.
I have Netflix and I have like Amazon.
We could do, we could see one of them trailer reactions. That's something people do, right?
Like 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
I don't know about that. That sounds intense.
Oh, God, I hate that. That made me very sick. Let's do new releases. New arrivals. What shall we watch? We don't want to do a show. We need to do a TV show.
We could do Star Trek. I actually did Star Trek with Briarly not that long ago. It was pretty funny. We were watching Star Trek and just commenting on the hilariousness. If you haven't watched Star Trek...
there you go.
Oh, perfect.
I'm not. I out of sheer loyalty can't watch Star Trek as a Batman fan or a Batman.
As a Batman fan?
That's how loyal I am to Batman. There is nothing else. As a Star Wars fan. Romantic films, TV programs. Let's see what we got here.
Oh shit, I'm on the Wi-Fi now, son.
Nice. Monkey Planet. Oh, remember the real Ghostbusters cartoon?
Oh, I remember the Ghostbusters cartoon.
That wouldn't be very commentary worthy, though.
Nah.
Party of Five.
My first, well, technically the last one was my first live video. I had only 2 people watching. Only 2.
It's kind of
I've
humbling.
never done one
It's
before.
very humbling, isn't it?
I don't care. If
Winona-
somebody watches, that's enough for me.
Winona Earp.
What the hell? That's a show? When did that come out?
And here I am trying to get money, acting jobs for food, and Winona Earp exists.
What the hell?
Let's see what else we got here.
We got Jeff Bosley in the house.
Trying to run the show here. TV, let's see what we
And
got
myself. What do we got over here? What do we got?
here.
Let's take a look.
We got to think of something that's very,
Grace and Frankie. That's a good show, actually. Season 1's pretty good. I
very
haven't seen
commentary
season 2.
worthy, though.
Commentary worthy.
God, I love Dexter so much.
Oh, snap. Robert Kiesler is watching.
Robert.
Kiesler played
I know
the
that
priest.
gentleman.
Yeah, he played the priest in Fix.
We should Mystery Science Theater 3000, a Mystery Science Theater 3000 show.
That would be ridiculous.
I don't know if I can handle it.
It's probably too much. It's probably too much.
Too many lines of.
Yeah, what do we do? What do we do? What are we going to watch
What would be a
here?
good show?
I don't know. Something stupid.
Yeah, definitely has to be stupid.
Something stupid.
Tell me if you see something.
Oh, Oliver's watching now. What's up, Oliver? I see you.
Cleveland show. That's just sad.
Oh, my God. Cleveland show.
Of all times, oh no,
Fuller House?
I got nothing to
We're
talk
not
about.
watching Fuller
I got nothing
House.
to talk
Get
about
out
for
of
that.
here.
We need something that has like a lot of throwbacks.
What's wrong with you?
worthy-
Fuller House. That's an abomination. Jesus.
Worthy deep cuts here.
Oh, Oliver says, hi. What the hell are you doing? Well, Oliver, we're doing a podcast, me
We're
and
making
Jeff
fools of ourselves.
Bosley over here.
We started it 4 months ago. This is episode 2, 4 months later, because scheduling's a bitch.
And LA's obnoxious.
One requires like some like level of energy.
So this is episode 2 of the podcast called Whiskey and
Be where's my drink?
How do you lose? Oh, you're
I
using it
lost
to
my.
prop.
Oh, I'm using it to prop up my actual. There's my drink.
Do you want some sort of stand for your phone?
No, I'm just
Okay.
gonna drink a few sips and put it back behind my phone.
Aquarius, is that David Duchovny?
It sure is. Season 1,
I'm a
2015.
fan of that show or that guy. There's got to be a show. Come on, He-Man. That'd be funny. Oh, hi, Izzy. Did you poop? My dog hasn't pooped in 2 days.
She poops a lot.
Well, she did. Daredevil.
He says, "Have a good season."
Oh no!
We'll
God,
do our
come
best,
on.
Oliver.
There's got to be something.
Thank you for watching.
I don't want to do an hour-long show.
Oh, Billy from Capsulin joined. I know Billy. What's up, Billy? How you doing? I saw you shaved your head, dude. What the hell? It looks weird. I love you, but it looks weird. That's my opinion.
Oh,
You can
this
tell
show!
me to go to
I've
hell.
auditioned for this show like 3 times. I'd kill
Oh,
you on
what?
This show.
That show?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm a fan of the guy.
I haven't watched it.
I'm sure it's probably fine.
Name a show. There's got to be a stupid show. Anybody watching? Name a stupid show you want commentary on.
Yeah, how about that?
There's not that many people watching us right now, but
For
if
the
there's a
4 of you
stupid
that
show
are.
you want commentary on, let us know.
I truly think we would do it justice.
Well, now we got 2 people watching.
Oh, fail 3.
People are
that
dropping
blows my
off
mind.
like flies. We're not interested
There's 2 people there, yet these numbers.
You know what it is? I bet you it's because all they can see is our backs. If they saw our faces, they might be more interested.
Yeah.
If they saw our faces.
Okay, I'll give them.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll move the phone.
Oh, shit.
But then they can't see what we're watching.
They don't need to know
confused.
we're watching. It's
Okay.
fine. We haven't been watching anything for an hour and 47 minutes, apparently.
Touche.
Yeah. Oh my god. He's switching the view. Now it's going to be in front of us. There it is. We are sort of in view now. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's
All right, there we go.
We're upside
Why is
down.
it upside down?
Apparently we're upside down. That's amazing. How is it not auto-correcting this? That's hilarious.
Okay, apparently I need to
Flip
do
it
the
the
work.
other way.
Sorry, iPhone. I'll do the
Sorry,
work.
iPhone. I didn't know that we had to be a certain orientation for this to work.
Artificial intelligence
Oh,
fail.
what in the shit box? Look at this nonsense. Come on now.
These are shows I haven't even heard of.
What
Come
the hell
on.
is that? Man, I haven't been on Netflix like watching shows in forever. What the hell is this? Did you ever watch that? A Very Merry Christmas? Anybody watch that shit? I didn't watch it.
Oh,
I love Bill
MacGyver?
Murray, but I didn't watch it. MacGyver? I mean, I haven't seen MacGyver.
No, it's gotta be something
pretty long
original,
time.
like stupid. Come on, anybody.
Anybody.
All two of you.
All two of you. Chime in, guys. What do you want to see? What do you want to watch us watch? That's a weird thing to say, actually, now that I think about it. I can think of a few things.
Mystery Science Theater 3000 made that a business.
Oh, my God.
They went into a boardroom and said, "What? We're going to have people watch us watch something."
What? Watch us watch something? Who does that?
So much Jeff Hand.
That's so much Jeff Hand. Look at that in the frame. I can see
That's
it.
what she said.
Getting extra close. Okay. Inspector Gadget's pretty funny.
Where are you at?
Boom.
Oh,
I see that shit.
That's a cartoon.
Wait, that's okay. Let's do subgenres.
Subgenres. Now we're getting into that whole Netflix deep web.
The dark web.
Dark web of Netflix. You never know what you're going to find down in the dark web of Netflix.
Subgenres. Classic.
Classic TV.
That seems appropriate. Oh, Cheers.
Well, there's Cheers. Cheers is good. Hey, you got Star... I'm saying, watch Star Trek. That
I like
shit's
how
hilarious.
there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12.
Star Trek is hilarious. If you haven't watched it, watch Star Trek.
All right, let's do Star Trek and see. What we
My
got here.
God.
Pilot. Oh shit, son. The pilot.
Yeah, you want to know what's amazing? Shatner ain't even in the pilot.
What?
Yeah. Leonard Nimoy is.
I didn't know that until recently because I never really watched the show.
Okay, how do we do this? Let me think. I don't know exactly how to pull this off. Whatever.
It's Star Trek. I don't
Who's
know.
Jeffrey Hunter?
Beats the shit out of me. Guest star Susan Oliver. What up, Susan? Happy birthday, Susan. Created by Gene Roddenberry.
Didn't Gene? Who did the movie with John Travolta? The
John Travolta?
Scientology guy.
Well, which movie?
The horrible movie.
Oh, Battlefield Earth.
Yes, that one.
That was a travesty. My God. I heard something beep in my ears. Somebody got a message. It was you. You got a message.
I've never done this shit before.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
Wait, who's this? Who's that?
Some asshole.
Is that
that's
Ray Liotta?
No, it looks like him though, right? It looks kind of like Ray Liotta. Wait, if he comes back,
looks like
hold
he
up.
has prosthetics.
I'm gonna see.
That's
that-
Ray Liotta.
That looks like Ray Liotta, right?
Like a weird young Ray Liotta kind of thing. Not that guy.
That guy's asleep on the dashboard.
There's this
Wow.
Aryan looking son of
Powerful
a bitch.
acting.
We got
I
that
swear to Christ, that's
Leonard
Ray Liotta's
Nimoy and
father.
Ray Liotta guy, but it's not Ray Liotta apparently. This delay is like hilarious. You're not on our.
I'm trying to
end,
think
so
of how
you
to
can't
do
hear
it because I can't mute this because you and I need to hear it. But that is coming into these mics. Well, screw it. I'm sorry about the 2 of you that are watching this. 3.
Whatever.
Iron Fist? Iron Fist looked so bad. Brian, did you like Iron Fist?
I've heard enough about
I
it.
mean, I'll watch it, but it looks so bad.
Is he? Do you agree?
Go away. Okay, I think I probably should turn on whatever.
We can't get around it. There's no way.
We might have to kill the live video.
Yeah, but that defeats the purpose.
Does it? It's a podcast.
Yeah, but the live video is more efficient for the Mystery Science Theater 3000 aspect.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Whatever. Yeah, because this is where the podcast people are like, we're not watching this with you.
We're no longer watching this with you guys. I mean, we could just keep it to convo. It's fine.
I'm just curious.
It's so weird. She looks really upset.
How did you know that William Shatner wasn't in this?
I watched this very first time about
What
right.
is this, Ocean Pacific?
Uh-huh.
Remember?
I watched
What
this.
the fuck?
I started watching this show for the first time like a month ago with Brierly actually. We were watching and just like, okay, let's check it out. It is so absurd. It's so weird. It doesn't make any sense.
I'm amazed. This is how porn start.
Right?
What's that?
Hey, what's that? What are you doing in my room? Oh, nothing. I just brought this gift for you. No big deal. Let me pour you a drink.
Drink this.
Drink this, will you, buddy? Yeah, I'll drink it. Let me open up this medical chart here for some reason. Hey, life is hard. You're a space captain. I know, me too. You're a doctor. I'm a space captain. Let's figure it out. No way. Let's take some shots. How about this martini from another planet, bro?
This is so creepy.
Sounds good, Ace. Check out my blue bathrobe. It's dope as fuck. Rigel 7. That's a planet. I love the shirt. Velour.
What's up with everybody? They cast everybody with bright blue eyes.
Oh yeah, everybody's got these steely blue eyes like they're going
The
out of
Ray Liotta
business.
eyes.
I'm tired of being
And
responsible.
that's before contacts. These people genuinely had those eyes.
Steely blues.
How did... the feedback is headache inducing, but whatever. Jesus, what's with the eyes?
I'm gonna end this live video now. Go away.
Well, for one thing, go home.
Captain Not Kirk just kicked the old man out of his,
I know.
his boudoir.
He's like, get out of here, you! What are you doing here? How dare you? You sons of bitches.
I guess I could go to full screen.
I gotta tell you something. off broadcast eventually. This is too funny.
Mics are muted. Yes. All right, we're back. Hey, welcome to Rumor.
We're cool. Everything's fine.
Salon Rumor Talk.
We had some gossip talk, which apparently might have been picked up.
That was the word I was looking for. Well, there's only 3 people listening, so.
We're watching Star Trek.
I can't believe this.
I know, it's amazing.
Like, none of the cast. Do you have to be a massive Trekkie to know this?
I don't know. I didn't know it until watching it. I had no idea.
This is hideous. I need to watch. There we go.
The Man Trap.
I need the real thing. The Man Trap. So, K-Rock did a mashup of all the Mr. Rogers things. They're terrifying. It's like, so my dad, I would be in a bathtub full of covered in suds, and my uncle would come in with his hose and hose me down. It was
What?
It's horrendous. He goes, do you ever have that special someone that goes to bed with you? Oh God, it's terrifying.
Oh my God.
Who's this guy? How do they just introduce him all of a sudden?
Captain Kirk. That's William Shatner.
He's just here.
He shows up in episode 2.
I'm motherfucking William Shatner. I don't need to.
Captain Kirk in the house.
I don't know how to fix the delay. The only way I could think of is to plug. I don't know how to do it. The audio would have to go from that to this, and this to us. in our headphones as a monitor.
Or you'd have to mute the video.
Yeah, I guess we're not really picking up a lot of the plot points.
It's true. It's true.
But I could do an output from this into the soundboard,
That-
which, since this is
that
running
could
as
work.
a monitor,
That could work.
that would work. Or
I mean,
thousands of dollars, and I don't know how to use it.
well, we're doing a podcast.
True.
We should focus on the podcast. The live video thing is fun when we got people watching, but we only got three people
But we
watching.
got 4,800 people reached, which is
But
huge.
fun to mock. Brian's not wrong.
I like how they just bring him in. No plot point.
No, yeah, no explanation. This is Captain Kirk now. He's just part of it. Check it out.
Oh, here's an alien. He'll have
Here's
sex
a
with.
lady. She's
Blue
she's
eyes.
attractive. Oh yeah, but that's Dr. McCoy. That's the first Dr. McCoy we get to see. He's like a staple.
God, he was 80 at the beginning.
He's an older gentleman for sure.
Do you think that's a toupee?
It might be.
Well,
Look at this son of a bitch.
I will have sex with you.
Young Shatner.
You will have sex with me. Yes, I will.
Oh, she looks different to all of them. That's right.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. She looks like that to Kirk. She looks young to him.
Whoa! Wait, who's that?
This is some guy. That's what she looks like to him. I forgot about
God
this.
damn, the 70s.
I've seen this episode. Yeah, it's like they all look different. She looks different to each.
Do you know
of
who
them.
that looks like? Our fucking Punisher.
It does look like John Bernthal a bit. It does.
Bitch.
But it's not.
I-
It's amazing.
Wait, so what character is that we're...
I think it's just
Pseudo-seeing.
some rando character.
He'll be the first one to die on the planet.
Probably.
Well, isn't it... What's the running joke? Like the
red shirts?
The red shirt?
Yeah.
He'll be the first one to die on a planet. Wait, why is he seeing an old lady?
Because he's not that's the image he sees. He's not really into her. Or
Well,
maybe...
He's giving her fuck eyes.
And he sees like something, a younger woman.
Looks like Catwoman.
He sees an older woman, or a younger woman. Kirk sees an older woman,
This is
and he sees a real young hot woman.
the time of LSD.
Oh, hey, what up?
I just foresee a bat
Hey,
dance.
big boy.
This is where they break into the bat dance.
Don't you think I'm attractive? Check out this skirt. You like my apron?
I cannot see John Bernthal now.
I like the
Look
way
at his
you.
mouth.
I like the way
John
you wiggle,
Bernthal
girl.
has that open mouth thing. Like I'm a mouth.
I got this apron. I'm about to follow you now. Let's do this.
The off-camera innuendo.
Space, the final frontier.
Final frontier.
These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission to explore strange new worlds.
God, for 2 hours. That's asinine. This is purely for
We
us.
should probably just cut it off.
I agree.
Has gone before.
Star Trek.
This is why Star Wars is better. Yeah, I said it.
Starring William Shatner. Alright, anyway.
All right. Well,
This has been fun.
if anything,
we
it's
will have
Scott
to
and I
come
are
back.
happy.
Yeah, we'll have
That's
to
all
come
that
back,
matters.
and we got to do this again. Make this a regular thing like we were supposed to do last time.
We covered most stuff.
Yeah,
And
we
you
got-
here or lifted here or whatever.
I mean, I got here. Let's just deal with
Well,
it.
you're not incorporating pedals in a
No, I
in a
didn't
steering
bike.
wheel.
I didn't bike like last time. If
But
that's
you're
what you're
not
wondering.
also. To many people's entertainment value, Scott is lucky to be alive after last.
Oh
time.
man, the last podcast I was trashed.
Yeah.
I was completely hammered.
He was not safe. I'm a bad friend.
Amazingly obnoxious. Like I went back and re-listened to that podcast, and I was like, God damn! I just did not care. I was like, I don't care. If everybody hates me, everybody hates me. Fuck it.
Yeah, it wasn't even that. It was the safety factor of him leaving.
Oh yeah. So I bike. Generally speaking, to get around, and I was completely trashed when I left. But Jeff thought I was fine because, see, that's the thing. I know how to handle
hide
my.
it well,
I know
yeah.
how to handle my shit. So
I'm
I'm
the
like,
same way.
I'm fine. I'm good. And then I walked out the door.
Not to be heard from for another 9 hours.
Yeah, pretty much. She's like, let me know when you get home. Here's the problem. I biked out a little ways. I got on a bus, and I was fine once I was on the bus.
And fellas.
But I fell asleep on the bus,
And lo and behold, when you've had a lot to drink and you pass out, what happens? You get sick, you black out, you wake up a long, long time later. So I woke up way past the stop I was supposed to get off. And I got off the bus kind of in shambles. I'm not going to lie. I may or may not have thrown up on the bus a little bit before I got off. I stumbled off the bus, got my bike, laid my bike on the sidewalk, laid down, threw up for a few minutes, texted my roommate and was like, hey, I need you to come get me.
But up until this point, me and your roommate were texting. Have you seen?
Yeah,
Scott?
have you seen
know where
Scott?
Scott's at?
Where'd he
no,
go?
it's been 3 hours.
It's been 3 hours since he left here. I don't know where he went. I was like way in the middle of downtown, like somewhere.
This was
in
a memento worthy.
just gone. Just gone.
Tattoos were the only thing that told us where you were.
Like, thank God, like, I'd remembered to charge my phone because I was like, hey, let me share my location with Briley so she could track me down. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to vomit on the sidewalk over here near my bike and hopefully nobody jacks my shit.
I see.
That was bad. That was a bad
I
time.
just see you vomiting on your bike so no one steals your shit. Like, no, steal a bike with vomit on it.
Like, that's the story if I were, like, an alcoholic. That's the AA story where I'm like, it was rock bottom. It was rock bottom, guys.
It was my final straw.
I was in the middle of downtown in the gutter trying to figure out my life, throwing up on my bike. It was bad.
Lo and behold, Scott's alive.
Ah, but I'm here. I'm
That's
fine.
the point.
Everything's
And
good.
a much more paced out inebriation.
Yes, exactly. I didn't, power through most of an entire bottle inside of an hour.
Yeah, but you also, in your defense, last time you came after a work party too.
I did. I showed up.
You
I
had-
showed
you
up
had
already a few
pre-drank
drinks deep.
substantial.
I showed up a few drinks
a few
deep.
times too.
Yeah, I showed up a few drinks deep and perhaps a couple other substances.
All right, well, maybe at the 2-hour mark we'll call it a day. Since I really have to pee.
Oh, yeah.
These mics are very sensitive. I'm
They are
pretty sure we got your urination on camera.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now that I think
So
about
for those of you actually listening, for some reason that have 11,000 subscribers, I hope you got some entertainment value out of this. Scott and I will be a little bit more streamlined and a little bit more templated and a little bit more consistent, hopefully. Hopefully things go well at Showtime, and I have a lot of money to make this better.
We got this. We're going to have fun.
So on that note, I am going to try to shut all this down and everybody have a good weekend. Be safe. We needed like some sort of goodbye.
Some like goodbye saying or something.
Yeah, a little bookend.
Like, okay.
Whiskey and BS. What would go
Whiskey
with
and
that?
BS.
Whiskey is good. BS is better. Don't mix them.
I don't know about that.
Again, Scott's
That's
the
not
writer.
bad.
I'm just the actor.
That's not bad. I mean, but
Well, do something with that.
Okay. How about
That was
how
the
about,
turd. Polish it.
How about
I like how you get into deep, sexy voice. How about?
we gotta get real here for a minute. We gotta get real quiet and low.
I'm gonna have to wash
Like
the
I like
mics
to
after this. I think Scott just gave my mic some sort of pregnancy.
It's okay, baby. Just listen.
Whiskey and BS with Scott Seagren and Jeff Bosley.
Whiskey
the
and
closing,
BS with Scott Seagren and Jeff Bosley. All we have to say is, life can be tough. Have a little whiskey and get through the rough. Lots of love. Good night.
I gotta stop it on that.